everyone. Welcome to our stream for our grand finals match. Thank you for waiting for us to get started. It was on me. I stayed up till like 1 a.m. making sure that everything was going to be perfect for this. So, of course, that means everything broke in the morning. But we are super excited to have our champions here to decide who the winner of the tournament is going to be. As a quick reminder, the winner of this game will get £200 as well as an additional £200 donated to the charity of their choice. All runners-up will also receive £100, and all players in this match are going to receive a free copy of the next unannounced secret expansion for the game. So, congratulations everyone who's made it here. You're all winners in my heart, but one of you gets to be more of a winner than the others. We'll go ahead and quickly introduce our players. So our first player on Nobility is going to be Bloopy. Bloopy, who is your favorite member of the Nobility and why?
Hello. I mean, obviously that's my boy Titus. The chin to clobber you to death with. It's hard to not have him as a favorite, I'd say. My favorite little chunky boy.
Well said. And next on Uprising, we have Mr. Munch. Mr. Munch, who is your favorite member of the Uprising and why?
Hello, everyone. This isn't exactly my comfort faction, but out of all the tools, I think I like Moon Cove. It's a fun place to hang out, and I hope that it helps me this game.
Excellent. I have a feeling it might. And next, we have the man, the myth, the legend, Lord Skarn on Clans. Skarn, who is your favorite member of the Clans, and why?
Well, it has to be the one with the greatest story, the storyteller.
Well, hopefully we might be telling your story today after today's game. And finally, we have our wild champion, the man who has climbed out of the lowlands and lived to tell the tale. Gathering, Lord of the Board, we're excited to have you here. And Lord of the Board, who is your favorite member of the Gathering?
That's a great question. I'm happy to be here, so thank you for having me. I think my favorite's gotta be the Ritual of the Tooth. I don't know if that's an actual person, though, or more of a concept, but it looks cool.
It does look cool, I agree. It's a very fun card. Alright, and joining me here on commentary, we have the ever knowledgeable, ever amazing Winter Knight.
Hi everyone, glad to be back again for the finals. I know everyone has waited for a couple of weeks, but here we are, ready to crown our first ever winner.
Excellent. Alright, well, Winter Knight and I are going to go pop into our commentator's booth. One last thing I'll mention, I see Nev has already posted in the chat. Hi, Nev. Nev has graciously offered his time to draw some emotes. We now have some Old King's Crown themed emotes for the chat, so feel free to spam those and show some support to your players. But just wanted to thank everyone for tuning in so that I actually made Twitch affiliate so I could have emotes. So thank you guys for showing up and chatting. Yes, Winter Knight isn't it perfect? It's the greatest thing ever. So thank you, Nev, for making those emotes, and thank you everyone else for helping me get affiliate. And with that, let's get started.
Good luck, everyone.
Thank you.
Alright, Winter Knight, I think we're gonna have a good game. Oh, Best Boy is showing up immediately. That's exciting.
I think so. So as always, the opening Kingdom card row is always something to be really mindful about because it can really shape the way you approach the game. And I think right off the bat, we already have a couple of pretty strong cards.
One of these.
Like you said, Best Boy, Unearthed Iron Gear, very, very powerful as a card because allowing you to essentially reuse your strongest card every single round. So might see some strategies potentially based around that and trying to sort of rush a high lore card, for example. Old King Signet as well, potentially very powerful. I think people tend to see the downside of suddenly being able to attrition twice when you lose the Old King Signet potentially as really bad. But I think it's honestly not too bad. Giving yourself a bit more options and potentially some nice influence here and there is really good. Not sure if you might see a strong opening bid for Ruined Citadel. It effectively does guarantee you a win into most clashes on the first round, so might see that as very powerful. But at the same time, it does also have a big hit on your sort of card economy, so to speak, because picking up Ruined Citadel comes at a very high cost of discarding your bidding card. But I would say that Lord of the Board on Gathering is going to be really happy to see Ruined Citadel come out
Yes.
in the first round, simply because of our
Moonlit,
favorite
right?
Moonlit Foragers.
Yep.
Exactly, right? Already a really powerful card that he knows will be available to him via Moonlit Foragers. So it doesn't matter even if he wins his bid or not.
Wow,
And-
big bids from
oh, okay.
everyone. Look at that. I think something
Mhm.
also to note is that clans are first in the turn order. So if anyone does take Iron Gear, clans can just River Runners it away from them immediately this first round.
That's an excellent point. So it seems like Nobility has won the bid with Titus. Having to discard their areas is a really, really
Well,
was the opening move I would suggest.
take.
Typically what I would do in this situation if I had to bid my area for Ruined Citadel would actually to be put it on the lowlands so that you can essentially guarantee you win the Acropolis and pull the air back into your hand. But I think Bloopy has a couple of slightly different ideas here. And we might see a very fast commit on School of the Stones on round 1, just based on the way he's playing. Let's see how it progresses.
Yeah, definitely some pretty aggressive bids here. Both Benefactor and Citadel requiring that card discard. So we'll see how the card economy plays out throughout the game. I guess Benefactor is going to protect that ultimately because it does prevent attrition. And we've got Gathering going for Signet. I feel like I usually see Signet go onto Nobility, so I'll be interested to see... I mean, that is the most classic Munch play ever. Munch hates attrition, as we all know, so... Let's see what else comes out. Grand Tourney. Oh, Swan Song as well. Wow. That could be strong for Uprising. If they're able to get Cove out and grab Swan Song, that could be very scary.
I think the discard on the bidding card for clans is who picked up Mysterious Benefactor is not as big a punish, just purely because of sword toughness. So Skarn does have the option to burn it whenever he wants, to pull all the cards out of the discard back into his hand anyway. And seems like he is going for definitely more of a longer game plan with picking up Mysterious Benefactor.
Sorry.
So definitely less aggressive than I would have expected from clans.
No. Oh.
So we see Heralds coming out. Oh, I'm surprised to see Lord of the Board attempting to contest the Ruined Citadel.
Oh, I'm last. I forgot the difference in bidding.
Yeah, not really much point contesting Ruined Citadel, especially on the first round, because having all your strength is,
There.
I'd say, almost impossible to beat on the first round. Especially if Nobility doesn't play it too wrongly.
Sure. What?
And in fact, most of the game, Ruined Citadel is really hard to beat, in most cases. So let's see how it goes. But I do like this choice by Lord of the Board to go towards the Shrine. It is generally more ignored compared to the other regions such as the Plateau, the Highlands, just because the idea of getting a reward to stave off card attrition is not always that potent, especially in the first round. I would say just going down there can be a less of a contest usually. So could be some nice free influence, especially because he already has picked up Old King Signet, which does give him extra influence if he wins with his heir. So could be quite a bit of influence just by going to the bottom region.
Yeah, it could. When is Ritual Sack? Is that spring? No, it is autumn. So it's not really going to help with Ritual Sacrifice much. But yeah, sometimes just going for an uncontested early lowlands tempo play is nice. You know, let people stab each other to death in the harvest field and just get your bag down in Shrine.
I think one thing that will be interesting to take note of here is, as I mentioned, I think Ruby might be trying to go for early School of the Stones play, especially on the lowlands. Just purely because Tidus is currently in his discard pile.
Stones on the
I think
lowlands.
getting an
I
air
see
back.
what you're saying. Now that would be interesting. That would really
Would be
suck for Lord of
unorthodox,
the
I would
Board, though,
admit.
if that
Yeah.
happens.
Let's see how it progresses. And it seems like Bloopy has chosen to place his Herald on the castle instead of the wilderness in the Highlands. And I would say that typically people do prioritize the wilderness a bit more than the castle, just because of the ability to journey and get lore. Lore is, as a resource, is always permanent, right? When you gain the lore and you build cards and you buy cards from the side of power, it's a permanent upgrade to your deck. Whereas the castle is something that's vulnerable, because when you govern with a card, people can always win the castle afterwards and kick you out, right? So that's sort of semi-permanent. So let's see how Bloopy decides to go for this. I think he might be trying to set up for some sort of early Witch Trial play, just based on what he's doing, because the castle essentially gets you an extra govern action, and if you can get, quite a couple of cards into the councils early, a really strong Witch Trial play can really come out there. Especially because he also has School of the Stones, and if he chooses to use it in the top region, he can really win castle multiple rounds, especially with Ruined Citadel on this first round. So let's see how he chooses to approach it.
Yeah, I mean, I do tend to favor that strategy when I play Nobility. I informally call it Castle Lockdown. But essentially, if you're able to just repeatedly deny castle to other people and hog it all to yourself, it can be very strong. Especially if you keep loading up Council of Relics to just, farm strong Herald bonuses and lock it down with something like your War Machine Woe that can, or Gilded Wall, it's called Gilded Wall now, that can stay out over turn.
100%. I think Bloopy has done a really smart play here. He's probably chosen to put his heir on the bottom region, and putting 2 supporters there. And the reason why this is also particularly, it's not really that much a bigger commitment, because I think he intends to govern into the Council of O's. And given that Skarn, who is higher in turn order, or it hasn't played any supporters, most likely he doesn't intend to govern into Council of O's, which would essentially give Bloopy first dibs on that council.
Yep, and
that's
the
important
bonus.
because if you have the most votes there, exactly right. If you have the most votes there, you get an additional supporter. So that's what I think. That's a really nice heads-up play from Bloopy there, because he saw that Skarn didn't commit any supporters.
I do wonder if
interesting
we're going to
choice by-
see Gilded Wall get deployed in this bottom region. I mean, he has the 2 supporters out to keep it out more perpetually.
Essentially, yeah. I think it's interesting that Lord of the Board chose not to put a 3rd supporter in the bottom region, just purely because I think putting 2 supporters is usually a fairly big tell that you put your... Wait, no, I guess, yeah, no. I was going to say that you usually put your heir there, but Bloopy doesn't have his heir.
All right,
So-
Ruses
Ooh.
and Heirs coming out to play. Are we going to see an Agent? An Agent would be a big tempo play here.
I think that's what these ruses do suggest. And it seems like Skarn is immediately using sea lanes to flank his heir down to the lowlands.
I think that's smart.
So-
Keep it from getting stabbed.
And that might deny a win in the bottom region, in the lowlands, for both Gathering as well as Nobility. Because I don't really think that Skarn wants to contest the Highlands,
No.
depending on what's there. Depends how much Bloopy has chosen to invest in the Highlands.
God.
And this might really screw him.
She lanes by the seashore.
It would be really bad if he does lose the Highlands after having Ruined Citadel and bidding his heir for it.
And retreats.
All right, so Nobility choosing to retreat. Oh, okay.
Interesting. So that definitely implies that
Agents
Gathering
are
doesn't have
either
the origin.
already out or in people's hands.
Well, Bloopy had... Well, I think if Bloopy ambushed there, Lord of Board could have easily read that it was an agent. That's really the only thing that can... That's the only reason why he would choose to ambush. And Lord of Board could easily put in a follower, try and deny that. And yeah, it seems like we have a very high bid on the lowlands, actually.
Yeah.
So yeah, Bloopy putting 2 supporters there because he didn't have his heir to get to 11, and Gathering had a really good read by putting supporters there, knowing that he had his heir, so that was 1 strength higher. But it seems like Skarn has chosen to commit the sea lanes, and therefore now is tying with Lord of the Board.
Yeah, I suppose Lord of the Board could School of the Stars here if he really wanted to secure the win, but I personally wouldn't think that's a good use of that resource. I like to save those daylight tactics for later in the game.
He doesn't have anything in the Lost Pile right now, so School of the Stars wouldn't really do anything here.
That's right. I always get Door in the Night mixed up with what Stars can do. This is why we have you on commentary with me, because you actually understand this faction.
Be like, whoa, I really.
So I think what would be interesting is seeing whether Skarn decides to flank out or not. Because depending on what card Skarn has put in the top region, if it's air, he might be actually able to contest Ruined Citadel. Because usually I think a player, unless can be a bit haphazard with what the card they put with Ruined Citadel if they win it. Because it might just be a really weak commit on Bloopy's side, thinking that nobody would really want to commit that region because of Ruined Citadel. So it's sort of like a double mind game sometimes, and I think Ruined Citadel lures players who win it or own it into a false sense of security that they can put anything they want there. But yeah, it seems like Skarn has chosen not to contest the Highlands. So that probably does signify a free win for Bloopy on the Highlands.
Yep.
Then it's another class between the two.
Then we have to do a whole new clash with just one card, right? Okay.
Yeah.
Just
I mean, you don't have.
So we could force the tie here, forcing further card attrition on people.
So I think this tie is going to be really brutal for whoever loses.
Yes.
Because it's really going to be quite good for someone who wins, because they can immediately use the Shrine and put those cards they committed to back into the deck to save attrition. Whereas the person who loses committed an extra card.
And got nothing.
Yeah. Exactly. One interesting thing to note here is that Lord of the Board has his ruse, because he did retreat it from the plateau. So he does actually have the ability to know exactly what Skarn would play. He can choose to play the ruse, and if he sees a lower card, he just commits it. And if he's a weaker card, he just uses that to retreat everything, including his Air and Herald. So I would say it's really in the favor of Lord of the Board here.
Another class discount.
Yeah. All right, let's see what happens.
Imagine this is what would happen.
Crapping on the bed ever. But
I think Skarn, if he...
Okay.
It's a really dangerous contest, I think.
Oh.
I think Skarn probably has his 8 at least.
Tagging you.
So Lord of the Board, if he realizes, he can just put in this ambush, and I think he almost guarantees at least a net 0 loss on his part
Yeah.
to a big win.
I mean, it depends on what he has in his hand, but yeah.
Yeah, the ambush can
Okay.
just retreat everything, so...
That's a good point. Well,
Let's see if Skarn also has his rules, but I doubt so.
okay. Nice.
Ooh.
Okay, yeah. So Skarn does the sort of heads-up play here and puts his trader in,
Thought that you're
knowing that he can perfectly do that and still rally everything back to his hand. So
wow,
yeah,
everyone's
essentially not
out
that
here
bad.
making some big bets, big gambles.
Yeah. Here, yeah, as I mentioned, Lord of the Board can just easily make a shrine and just shrine
I went here.
Yeah, you do.
to the bottom. So
Okay, so I get 1
what would be really funny is
for the hair.
if Lord of the Board actually put his ruse,
I also
could have
1.
treated the ruse and still tied with Skarn.
It's
And
true.
because they're both at 0 strength. So that would have been really quite funny.
Well, then it would go into
But yeah,
another
in this
clash,
case-
right?
Yeah, it would go into another clash, and that would actually force Skarn to commit another card.
Yeah.
That actually would have been really funny.
I think.
Yeah, so Lord of the Board does take it with the follower.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So
So I'm definitely claiming the Shrine, I imagine, because that would give him 3 flow influence. So it does Shrine the 4-strength follower back into the bottom of his deck,
And then
which makes complete sense here.
Wait, why would that give him 3 influence? Oh, Signet.
So
Signet.
1 from... Oh, yeah, exactly, from Signet.
like this, you can drag it left and right mouse button.
So players are just figuring out TTS tricks here. Put a card to the bottom of the deck.
my gosh.
Yeah.
Whoa!
Lord
Revelation
of the
for
Board's
Lord
mind
of the
has
Board.
been expanded. It has been expanded.
Okay, so that's it for that.
All right, top. Citadel time.
Yeah.
Luck.
Well, this is probably going to be an easy win for Nobility. Yep. Oh man, 2 flanking cards too.
Probably.
Yeah.
Unless people do stuff.
I figured the 8 was up here, so if I flanked up, I just would have tied us, and you have your roost, so that's an advantage there. So it's just kind of
Yeah, good read from Skarn.
plays for me there.
So yeah, it's a good read because usually if you have to you see that Blue commits his Serot to castle, usually the idea is you would have at least one card that can in fact govern in that region. Especially with Ruined Citadel, and most likely it was going to be one of the captains because those are one of the few cards that can govern in your starting deck. And seeing that there was already a 9 in the lowlands, most likely the 8 would have been there, or at least a 7.
Yeah, and it's just like you said, he's gonna go into Oaths and ideally grab that bonus early.
Most likely he is going to. I don't think Skarn would choose to turn into Council of Wolves just because he hasn't played any supporters.
So he's using that trader to take some stuff back to hand. And chooses to go into secrets with his agent. Journey's the trader. I assume we're going to see a storyteller pickup. Yep.
Nothing unexpected there. And that can be easily followed up by a second activation of Council of the Secrets in round 2, assuming his agent does in fact stay there.
Yep.
To Wilderness, which allows him to proc, the Storyteller.
Yeah.
Very, very powerful and very, very typical play.
Yeah, getting 2 votes in secrets early is just so nice.
I think what's interesting here is that Blue has chosen to govern into Council of Secrets. Not necessarily something I would have gone for. Just because I've already seen Skarn for this approach. What I might try to do is actually use School of the Stones onto the Highlands next round. And actually try and win Castle again.
Yeah.
And kick Skarn out of the Council of Secrets. And I think with School of the Stones with a full commit, usually you would get it. It's almost impossible you wouldn't.
Yeah, and then perhaps
and that would
govern into relics instead to also like pop an early Herald bonus, you know?
Exactly, yeah. I would have completely denied Skarn of the Council of Secrets proc, of the Wilderness proc that he intends to do on Storyteller next turn, which can really be a big blow to his tempo.
Yeah.
That's probably what I would have chosen to do. It's a bit more confrontal, but I think definitely a very dangerous when Storyteller is already being taken on round 1, just because clans have managed to open with their trader.
Absolutely. And we don't see a River Runners on Unearthed Iron Gear either. Just something to note as well. Alright.
Not necessarily a compelling reason to, but yeah. I think Lord of the Board can really set himself up for a really strong 4 to round 5 play with Ruined Citadel in the discard. Maybe a bit earlier, just because you don't want to risk not drawing it, because Luminous Foragers only looks at 5 random cards from the Kingdom discard rather than pick anything of your choice. So at some point he might have to keep an eye on how extensive or how much the loss that area has grown. So yeah.
Well, you're getting some love from Pablo on your strategy suggestions, Winter Knight.
Oh, that's nice.
That's actually gonna be it for me. Pretty chill.
Alright. You're all gonna love this. So
Oh no.
I'm gonna pull this back. I'm gonna use Iron Gear to pull this back.
Makes sense. Seems like a Cove purchase, I think.
Yep.
Yep, looks like it. And that will immediately
I'm gonna pick up
use to buy the Moonshine Cove.
Yeah.
And the 9 that he just pulled back from using Iron Gear. Yeah, there we go. Exactly.
Flower Bell.
Ooh, beautiful play. And he puts it straight
I
up.
love this.
Amazing, excellent play there. Love it.
Pull your cards from the lost pile to the top or the bottom.
Really, really nice play there.
Yeah. Double dipping on Trader turn 1?
Love it.
Oh my gosh. We love to see it. That's
Definitely
gonna be
lots of
a
approaches.
Titus Pog from me.
A really, really nice play there. And I'm curious to see what direction he chooses to go in towards. Whether he wants to play towards Syndicate,
I thought
the Moonshine Cove combination, or whether he wants to play more towards the typical stabby build of Uprising,
Yeah.
as I call it. Because typically one of the weaknesses of Syndicate and Moonshine Cove is that it can be a bit slow to come online because both of them need 2 lore. And of course you have one easy access to one of them with the trader, but the other one might take a while unless you have managed to win an early wilderness or maybe just commit an early School of the Streets. But in this case, he actually has access to both of them really quickly. So I would say that this is a pretty good opportunity to go for that play, especially because he has Unearthed Iron Gear, which always lets him move a active card back to hand, so it's less devastating in terms of attrition. So Moonshine Cove always can get extra value that way.
So I'm curious, why do you think Munch chose not to govern during that autumn?
Potentially he just wants to ensure that he has a captain for Moonshine Cove, because he already has one captain under Iron Gear. Potentially because he has his 9, he might be thinking that there's a particular card in the Kingdom Card row that he really wants. I see a couple of nice options here in the form of Swansong Horn, as you mentioned, that's really nice for Uprising, as well as potentially Airship Docks. That is also very strong.
I'm last.
So curious to see where he goes with this. Yeah, he might just be saving his 9, his captain for this bid, if he really prioritizes something currently in the row. Another card that I would like to point out here is Monument Builders next to Airship Docks.
Yeah, do you think Bloopy is setting up to use this? Potentially along with a Witch Trials play?
100%. And I think I would look to set that up alongside the School of the Stones play this round. So what I might try to do is win that School of the Stones into the top region, castle to get your final card into Council of Relics, and next turn you trigger Monument Builders and Witch Trial in the autumn phase that round.
Yeah.
Very
And he's still got
sequencing.
Royal Seal, so he could use that resource to guarantee this happens.
Not sure if I would commit Royal Seal here, but it does seem like a fairly decent play.
Yeah, I would say I would try to win it on my own merits, but potentially consider using that if I do get outbid.
And he did already commit his 9 and his 8. The 9 is in his discard pile, whereas the 8 and 7 are
And
actually
7,
both in the
yeah, so
counters.
actually he
doesn't have that
has
strong
used
bits.
up most of his captains.
The question is whether he thinks other players, upon reviewing the bid, will be trying to deny him of that play. I think it's a very strong play, and I would, just depending on whether I want any card there, I might be looking to deny that. But let's see how he ends up playing this.
All right.
I wouldn't hate blowing Royal Seal on this sequencing. Oh, wow.
Nice.
Wow,
Well.
those are some very strong bids.
Except Lord of the Board, who's going low.
Probably nothing entices him that much. Yes, Oaking Signet, he can stay on it for a while.
I'm gonna nab Unearthed Iron Gear.
Makes sense.
How rude.
So what, Skarn's...
Iron Gear, very strong card.
Yeah, Skarn's stealing Best Boy. Makes sense. You gotta take that action economy away from Munch. Airship Docks.
I think importantly, the reason why he doesn't need to, or he can commit his heir to his bid is because he has Storyteller in his hand, so he knows that that's perfectly fine to try and commit, because he has a stronger card to replace the existence of the heir. So I think Bloopy here should definitely take Monument Builders. I think it's a very strong play. It's been delivered to you on a silver platter, and
Yeah.
he does go for it.
Pretty much. I think we are on the same wavelength as Bloopy for sure.
Lord here definitely should go for Swansong Horn. A combination between Oaking Signet having a much higher... Yeah, and he does go for it. Having a higher hand size, having more access to tools and cards to actually use for the ambush is really powerful. So,
For me, it seemed like it was tough to call.
Getting Swansong for a 2 is pretty good value. That is definitely just gonna get stolen immediately next round.
potentially, yeah. But I would be totally okay with just having one use of it this round, especially since you do have an increased hand size.
11, right? Yeah.
I'll explain why I didn't take it. I'm last. He goes before me.
I'd like to hear this.
He has Nightmare. So if I say my 11 to do this, I have 2 cards in hand. I'm boned, right?
Yeah.
There was
Yeah,
no
it is-
executing
it
that.
is interesting.
Yeah, you got me. Yeah.
So it looks like Skarn was planning around a potential night raids, trying to keep his hand healthy. Oh, here's Forgotten Palace and Sword That Slept. Wow. More good
Yeah,
options.
very powerful cards that's appeared, and actually, as all of these powerful Clash cards comes out, Gathering just gets even happier and happier because of Moonlit Foragers.
Yep. Yep.
I do imagine there'll be a very strong bid for Forgotten Palace next turn, potentially a Royal Seal.
Oh, please.
I'll play. I think actually a combination with a strong Witch Child play that I mentioned on Nobility side, plus Modern Builders and Forgotten Palace, you can actually just get every single card that exists in his side of power, actually. I think that's potential.
Oh my gosh. I mean, that is the classic.
I know how good this spy network is, and I feel like people at the table also know that it's good. So, you know, somebody should try and get that back.
The Lord is doing some table talk here, trying to incentivize other players to try and get the Harvest Field. Himself has chosen to go for the Wilderness, potentially because he's a bit confident with his increased hand size and Swansong Horn, and also because he does still have his Ruse in hand, which he retreated from the last round, so he can easily put his Ruse on the top region and retreat if he needs to.
Nice.
And I would say there's a really high chance he has drawn his agent already because of the increased hand size. So yeah, pairs really well with the Ruse as we might imagine.
Yeah. We'll see if he uses all of those resources to put pressure on folks, or decides to save his gas for late game.
I think the only thing I wouldn't like about this play is simply the fact that Bloopy, there's a very high chance that Bloopy would commit to the castle and go score the stones here.
Yeah, there we go.
And so-
He's
okay.
not committing to castle though.
Interesting, yeah. He wants to steal the influence, but I think if he has to read that
What's going on?
or the board has his roots, I think I wouldn't have gone for that play and just gone for the castle play. Because yeah, a lot of board can easily just retreat from this.
In this game.
Yeah.
So this probably would imply that Bloopy is in fact telegraphing a School of the Stones play here.
Yep. Well, we've let Skarn kind of have free reign of where he wants to go. Harvest Field to set up for a mid-game School of the Storms, Prophet of the Skies, or Prophet of the Waves.
Got it.
Yep. That's what I would do. That's what I would do.
Another thing about this Wilderness play is that Bloopy has opted not to deny
Nice.
Council of Secrets from Skarn.
Exactly.
That's interesting to see.
And he doesn't have enough
Well-
gas in Council of Secrets to be able to yoink the favor away in Autumn as well, which is one of the most irritating things that Nobility can do. But if Skarn claims the favor, he's likely to hold on to it until next round.
I think he's feeling really confident about winning the middle region because of Storyteller. It's just really high strength.
Yeah.
Although
Although not immune to
Going
Elim,
for...
he could get Elimed,
That is definitely an option.
depending on
will say that-
where we see the agent, the likely agent play from Gathering happen.
I think every player could have drawn their agent by now.
Well, we know Skarn's is out of commission because it's up in secrets.
Yeah, Skarn's is out of commission.
But yeah, we have Nobility has their ruse, Gathering has their ruse. So cards that are vulnerable to Elim are not safe on this board right now. Is what I will say.
So, quick question, ruling wise. Like, let's just say I did use the
Moonlit
wait,
Foragers?
Yeah, the Moonlit Foragers to grab like. Can you grab
Hmm.
something like this? Because how do you discard the bidding card if I did?
I think it just you discard a card and then you claim it.
Lord of the Board is thinking about a commit to Ruin Citadel on this round. Don't hate it. Because he does want to commit to the top region. I don't hate it.
It's pro.
And I think, as I mentioned, as the discard pile of the Kingdom cards gets more and more filled up, the chances that you draw Ruin Citadel lower and lower. But right now, because it's only 3 cards, you're essentially guaranteed to get it.
Exactly. I mean, that is the risk of Moonlit. You get more options as the game goes on, but the odds of drawing what you want, what you decide you want in that moment, get lower and lower.
Let's just try it.
All right, we're seeing the Moonlit Foragers happen.
So he's going for it.
I'm gonna use the Moonlit foragers.
I mean,
Yep.
So, oh wait, what is this one good? Move all your cards from the.
There is potential for
That's fine. Okay.
Ritual Sacrifice play this turn as well, potentially.
I mean that's what I did last game.
Curious to see
It did
where
not
he
help
goes.
me in the end, but I also didn't have a 7 hand size like he does right now.
Oh. Okay.
That is-
I actually think he might really go towards a Ritual Sacrifice play now because he's chosen to actually discard on his deploy, his War Machine, 2 Moonlit Foragers.
Yeah.
And that's usually a very strong card to keep around because, yeah, that gets you 5 additional invulnerable strength in the region going to the next round. And I think that he might be looking for a Ritual Sacrifice play here, moving those cards directly to the Lost Pile and potentially just picking up Ritual of the Tooth right off the bat.
Yeah.
Okay, so I did that.
I think having played Gathering recently, like I now see the value of that play.
There's also have the option to pull a card back. So he could, for example, move the flank card into the Lost Pile with Ritual Sacrifice and pull the deploy card back into his hand and just deploy it in the same round.
Yeah.
And just sacrifice some cards that are currently on or going to be active on the board.
I'm gonna use Spy Network.
For example, the rules that we know exist.
All right, so we're seeing Spy
Why isn't
Network come
going
out for the middle
the
region.
Interesting. I think now Munch is thinking about defending the Harvest Field.
Shift some things around. I'm gonna use False Orders.
Oh, and
Ooh,
false
okay.
orders.
So choosing not to swap with Spy Network, but choosing to False Orders.
Yeah, because Night Raids or Spy Network allows you to swap in your occupying cards or a card from hand into that region.
I'll read my turn where they are, and I'm gonna False Order.
Okay, so he is choosing a false orders. So he likes what's there. He doesn't like what the opponents have played.
Not really sure what he's seeing there. A bit hard to read.
Okay.
Maybe lots of things. If agents in play, followers in play, it's really hard to tell.
These. And let's do.
He's messing with everyone right now. Oh, okay, so he's chosen not to swap anything from Gathering. Chosen to swap for Nobility and for Clans. So that's
Probably
interesting.
a follower
I think
from
that's-
Gathering then. And I bet
Probably, which
you
does imply he probably doesn't have
Storyteller.
vision there.
I bet you Storyteller just got dumped into Ruined Citadel.
Yeah, I'm gonna get
Potentially, yeah.
influence from Monument Builders.
Oh, I think Skarn doesn't really matter. Doesn't really mind if wherever Storyteller goes. I guess he does mind a little bit because now he doesn't win Plateau with the Storyteller. In the end of the day, being able to trigger Council of Secrets and then triggering Wilderness and turning with the Storyteller that will be active anyway, still a perfectly fine outcome, I would say.
That's a really good point. Yeah.
I think an important thing to note is that Punch chose not to swap anything from Gathering. I think that's really the sign of a restrained player. Because I think sometimes when you read the tactic and it says you can repeat this with any number of opponents you have, you get a bit itchy and decide to just swap things for no reason. That can usually cause more harm than it does good.
Yeah,
this
I
case,
mean,
he chose to be a
especially
bit
with
more
false
restrained
orders,
than-
like, and this early in the game when you still have fairly limited information.
100%.
Ooh.
So no commit for supporters from Gathering, no commit from Uprising, commit from Nobility in the Lowlands just purely because they already have a vote in the council and most likely get to trigger it. And again, yeah, seeing that nobody else has put any votes there, it's to be safe. And Skarn is confused.
Good.
Okay.
Okay, so I think Storyteller definitely got swapped into the top region.
100%.
Because of how Skarn positioned to put his supporters into the Highlands for a second, even though Ruined Citadel was there. but he's having second thoughts about it, and I would too.
Yeah, it's just such a waste. Yeah, like you might as well throw one of those
Yeah,
supporters
I
in the
think
garbage.
Yeah, without the air, I think, and if Storyteller was in fact swapped into the top region by Mr. Munch, I think Skarn is really poorly positioned to try and win any clash this round. Not easy because his 9 is still in his discard pile, if I'm not wrong.
It is.
So it's not that simple. And his agent is in the consoles obviously.
No. It's illogical.
Yeah,
I'm very curious to see how this round plays out.
I think Lord of the Board is pretty well
Skarn
positioned
does
here.
have his flank. Skarn does have his flank. And I think the flank was in the top region, and it got swapped to the middle region. So now he might try and resolve the plateau first, and flank down towards the lowlands.
Also don't know how.
I
Yeah.
think that's probably what happened. It's most likely he was planning to give up the runes to do it anyway, so putting it first and putting the flank there, but then it got swapped around.
Yep. Yep. So flanks likely in the plateau now. Oh man, that really does screw with his plans.
Like I've been so focused every single one of these games on trying to figure out my faction that I always
Okay, so he does still commit there.
once like they're capable.
That's interesting.
Like, oh my gosh, I have no clue.
I'll put 2 supporters there.
Okay. This is to still commit the supporters there.
I
Maybe being
apparently have
confident that he
ads
can
turned
interact with
on.
the
I'm
harvest.
gonna figure out how to turn those off because I don't want to fucking show you guys NASCAR ads. I'm sorry.
I'm interested to see nobility,
Garn is super back and forth on this supporter decision.
so I do want to watch more.
Hey, don't jinx me. Ugh.
I know. I'm not trying to jinx you. I'm sorry. I'm
I
curious.
think we're gonna see 2 losers in the Highlands from Nobility and Gathering here, and Gathering is unfortunately high in the turn order, so he does have to choose to commit.
Move these 2. Oh,
The danger definitely there is whether Bloopy has his agent or not.
that's here. Probably something nasty. Now, of course, if I start...
Well, but I guess Gathering still has on some horn, so it's not too bad. Let's see. I'm curious to see how this round will play out.
Okay, friends, you will never have to watch a NASCAR ad on this channel ever again. Although I do, I'm willing to admit that I actually really liked NASCAR as a kid. I was a big Dale Earnhardt Jr. fan, so you know, it all comes full circle.
Yeah, no supporters. I'm just gonna play it as it is.
Okay, Scott has chosen not to commit any supporters, so designing to probably the swap really messing with him. Okay, that's interesting.
Okay.
Okay. Well, maybe Scarlet is still trying to win the top region with a combination of the Storyteller and the flank.
Oh, there's the
okay,
flank.
so the
Okay,
flank's on the
flank's
bottom
in bottom region.
Interesting. The Ruse is on the bottom region as well.
Okay.
So,
Flanking action.
yeah, probably a flank from
Little
Garn.
boy.
Rupi probably does commit to this clash because I think it's really not that hard to win this clash. And that's really nice for Bloopy because he does get his 9 and his air back.
I don't know. A 7's actually kind of hard for him to beat. All of his high strength cards are elsewhere.
There's 2 supporters there, so
And he can't play an agent in.
that's fair.
So I actually think this is a pretty awkward position for him. I bet you he retreats.
Essentially, yeah. His 6 is there. Yeah, that's true. He doesn't actually have a good card to play here, I think.
Yeah, like,
Ruse.
it's not worth playing a War Machine. He
Ooh.
can't play an agent.
Yeah, that's really awkward. It's true,
Wow.
yeah.
The retreat is
It's really
probably the
awkward.
better play.
Yeah, I think so as well. Completely. That's the danger of committing all of your
Yeah.
cards to bidding and to the councils.
And I
Because sometimes those 6s, 9s, which are typically not what people consider very strong because of the existence of the airs, can really come in clutch here because people are not really prioritizing the lowlands.
Yeah.
Especially because we know Skarn probably is going to ignore it for the entire game because of Mysterious Benefactor.
So let's see.
It really stinks for Bloopy. I think he really needed Necropolis to get his air back into his hand, you know?
Yeah. It's interesting. So Lord of the Board is choosing to trigger Shrine here.
Pile and draw.
Yeah, Necro
And
would be
I
so
think
much better for
Necropolis
him.
is really powerful here.
Yeah.
Necropolis is really powerful here. because
Well,
you
he's
get both the
realizing
deploy
it.
and the flank back. Yeah, he's realizing it.
Yeah, he should absolutely Necro.
Yeah.
Get his
100%,
War
yeah,
Machine
there's
back in
definitely
his
no
hand.
reason to- Yeah, 100%. Leaves the 7 on the lowlands for the potential wilderness play later.
Yeah.
I imagine it's definitely a ruse at this point.
100%.
Oh, Gathering off to a really strong start despite the typical expectation of Gathering usually being weaker in the early stages of the game.
Yeah.
Getting some nice wins here and there.
Well, I'll shout out our players. They are choosing kindness, even in our grand finals. Helping Lord of the Board see that play.
Second region.
Yeah, let's see.
Okay.
Still no agent.
Wow.
Oh, that's a nice flank from Skarn there.
Lord of the Board.
Still winning the Harvest Field despite the commitment of the air and Munch. And Bloopy is getting a little bit bailed out with the flank there. Able to move up to the top region, but I still think that's
with
not
Ruined
enough to win
Citadel,
in the
though,
top
I
region.
mean, it's probably not going to be
Yeah.
enough. It's my guess.
It's not enough because Lord of the Board has both Swansong Horn and a ruse there, so he gets really perfect information on what he wants to do there.
Exactly.
I will also pass.
Probably not enough high strength cards. If Bloopy had his ruse in the top region, and if the nobility had it in the top region, there might be a bit of uncertainty on Lord of the Board's part because he doesn't really know whether to commit since he is the one that is going first in the turn order. With the ruse definitely not there, it's definitely a bit weird.
Yeah.
Good job, Stern.
I thought I'd end round 2 with no influence. Ooh.
I thought the same thing, Scott, but yeah, some nice flank getting to that region. That's really nice.
That just showcases the power
We
of
know
flank.
storytellers. Yeah, 100%.
Because, I mean, as we've discussed, if you can win a region per round, like, that's a competitive scoring pace. Okay, here's everybody's ruse.
Yeah, so we know that agents can't come out here because Bloopy has already played his follower.
Yep.
Trying
So let's see.
about.
This is where it sucks to be first in the turn order. Let's see what...
I think just playing deploy into this region is more than sufficient to win because I don't think anybody else. Oh wait, no. Garn still has his 11.
He has his 11, so that turns into, what, a 5?
The 5 isn't sufficient. Yeah.
Yeah.
5 is. Does it round up or round down? Round it up. So it turns into a 6.
Yes.
So he needs to ambush 2 cards here.
Down, and then I think that is.
3 is 9.
There-
Okay, so if he.
Yeah, because it's just that card already has ambush, so this doesn't matter. This isn't a use.
Yeah. So he can't ambush.
What you can do is use the retreat here,
Mhm.
and then use this to then also give it ambush. So you could.
Give double ambush to the rules. I forgot about that. So he only actually has one option there.
Okay, 'cause that would be great if I could.
Yep. They're explaining the little trick. I have a YouTube short on it where you can basically, yeah, if you can apply either a retreat or an ambush to a ruse, it lets you both ambush and retreat. So now he has that ruse to use again next turn.
Do hope that he has his 9. Because otherwise Skarn can take it with the storyteller.
Yep.
Yeah.
Skarn might be calling his bluff here. Well, a 7 also wins, right?
Nah,
Yeah, he
he's
chooses
just
to- okay,
retreating,
Then
so-
there's definitely a win on
Yeah, I mean,
yeah.
Storyteller gets docked to 5. That's not that hard to beat, especially because a stab can't come out.
Then you flip.
Oh, sorry.
9?
There we go.
And
Oh,
Signet,
yeah, I
Signet
forgot about
bonus.
that.
Oh my
Yeah,
gosh,
yeah.
let's go Lord of
Yeah,
the
Signet
Board.
bonus. I
Let's
completely forgot
go.
about that. Oh, wow, that is a lot of influence. Wow, that is a 4 influence swing right there.
Yes,
From
sir.
Signet, 1 from Herald, 1 from Wilderness, and 1 from Stealing. Wow. I am really surprised that Bloopy didn't put Ruse in the top region.
Active?
I guess he wasn't expecting the Moonlit Foragers play out of all of the board. For the Rune Citadel.
Yeah, this is a tough round for Bloopy. I feel like he's in a bad position.
Essentially, yeah. I'm really confused actually. I probably would have went for the really aggressive play in the top region with the Scroll of the Stones.
Where does it go?
I think it's also really weird that he chose to contest that region
Got the track.
and put his 4 strength
Forgot about
follower there. I don't remember where
$1.
the Munch swapped Nobility's cards around. I don't remember where he swapped it around.
I need to remember.
I think it might have been Plateau and the Lowlands.
So then I'm going to get 1 lore for that.
So it looks like he's gonna journey.
He journeys with the 7 as expected.
Yeah.
Master, which seems pretty cool.
Let's see, what can he afford? He can afford all of his 2 cost cards.
Though this round.
All the board actually came to me for some advice on gathering. And I specifically told him, don't buy Bringer of the Word
Yeah, I will hold.
unless Witch Tower has been blown.
Yep.
Let's see what he decides to do here. Hopefully he takes that advice.
I think he's gonna pick up
He
Massmaker.
might
He
pick
doesn't
up
need Door in the
Massmaker.
Night yet.
Yeah. The one really nice part about Maskmaker for all of you who are watching for a bit of strategy on the gathering is that Maskmaker essentially refunds itself the lore because it journeys for 2, but it costs 2. The idea of why you can easily give up Maskmaker to journey after you buy it, because of the fact that Ritual of the Tooth can simply eat the Maskmaker by consuming the card, by burning it in the Lost Pile, and it gains 11 strength. So that actually brings your Ritual of the Tooth up to 16 strength, which is really, really powerful, especially if there's no eliminates in play.
Yep. And
So
if you have
usually
School of the
that's why it's a
Stars,
free
you could
refund.
potentially use that 16
Yeah.
strength card twice
Exactly.
in a single round. Or Out Beyond the
Exactly.
Lights is what I'm thinking of, not School of the Stars. Out Beyond the Lights.
I would definitely have actually bought the Maskmaker there.
Yeah, what did he end up picking up? Did he pick up Door?
Didn't pick up anything.
Oh, he didn't.
I think he might be saving for something. I don't know if he's saving for Tooth now, because I probably wouldn't go for that play right now, because Tooth doesn't really have good targets in the Lost Pile.
Yeah. Yeah, because
Journeys
it's like
with
you
the
said, you
Trader.
can pick up Massmaker and essentially keep your lore tempo the same and set up Tooth at the same time.
I have no idea what that guy's problem is, but he's kind of looking like a guild member from Dune.
So goes up to 4 lore. Don't know if he's gonna buy Eye. Also hope not, because Eye is a bit iffy in the start of the game.
He's just chilling. Yeah, that's fair.
Can really screw with School of the Stones, which hasn't been used yet.
The Ritual of the Tooth here.
He's
Okay,
picking
so
up
chooses to
Tooth.
buy Ritual of the Tooth.
Okay.
Not that big a fan of that play, but I'd be okay with it. I think it's still okay. With the Trader to burn, can get sort of like a rally too, so that's not too bad.
Yeah. I mean, as we've seen, the trader in the discard pile can be hilarious. Although I guess you need Eye really to
Can
make
be,
the
yeah.
most out of that.
In Eye, yeah.
Yeah.
Just really funny with Eye, but let's see how it goes.
Okay. Anything autumn effect wise?
I think I would look to deploy War Machine in his hand and look to use Ritual
Go ahead and just
What?
there.
Not
as a War
deploying.
Machine in the hand. I definitely deploy there.
Yeah.
I think he might have just missed it, to be honest.
Happens. Happens when
definitely
you're playing
deploy
this faction. There's just so much to consider.
Just the bottom of my deck.
I think with a deploy and a roost in hand, you are really well positioned to do some damage and to
Mhm.
continue winning clashes actually. Just because even if you would fail that clash, you just retreat the deploy back and you can deploy it again.
I'm gonna use
Oh, so he journeyed his trader and with airship didn't lose it.
I'm gonna grab
Really nice play, yeah.
Munch is gonna start
So
getting his really good cards online early. That's scary.
he has chosen to opt to not go for the syndicate route, which I was talking about. So I think he's just going down the traditional route.
Yeah, he's just gonna buy
Play
his kill
for-
cards and start playing them.
Yeah. I think we might see a guerrilla fighters next round. Because you can use Forgotten Palace in Brain,
Yep.
the guerrilla fighters, and we know he has a ruse.
Mhm.
So the ruse can definitely come out there.
Yep.
And I think by now, surely he would have drawn his agent, and the agent with the guerrilla fighters is a very nasty combo.
Yeah. It can just kill everything and anything. And with Blue Hour Bell out of the way, too, stuff getting sent to the lost pile is basically a death sentence for the rest of the game. Only thing that's potentially there to bail you out is the boatman. Alright, Nobility picks up High Court, so they're still trying to set up that play. But that would mean they'd have to move High Court over into Relics, which is not great.
It's not great. I think if he intended to do this, it would have been a misstep on his part to not have committed more supporters.
Rough.
If he intended to buy High Court anyway, because as we mentioned, obviously it's better to have High Court moving between Council of Secrets and Oaths. But in this case, he's chosen to do this because he probably will trigger Monument Builders next round.
So that thing will be good.
Yeah. Probably I would cash it out as soon as I can.
Oh, definitely.
You might see...
I'm
You actually might see a defensive Royal Seal play next turn in case somebody might steal Monument Builders. Then again, Skarn has the option here to actually Varanda's Monument Builders just to deny him that play.
So, hold
Let's see
on
if he chooses
for a
to go
second.
for it.
Did he activate High Court? Did he activate Council of Secrets and then move it? Because I don't see tiles. Because that's
Yeah,
also
I
really
think he-
suboptimal. If he wants it
Yeah.
to sit in Relics, he should have put it in one of these, activated those councils,
He
and
has
then moved it.
He did. He has the Kingdom's Favor right now.
Oh, okay. My bad. I missed that.
He had one onto Harvest Field and then he governed there to put three
Three.
onto Harvest Field.
Got
now,
it.
Yeah,
Okay.
Skarn
Oh, here's Prototype Sim.
and oh wow, that's a really nice flip.
High
Skarn triggers Wilderness using Council of Secrets, probably joining with.
6.
Yep.
Okay, so chooses not to journey with the Storyteller here. I think I'm good. I think still a heads up play in general. Having Storyteller, the 11 strength card is not something to. It's not small for sure. So he might. be
Yeah,
trying to
I mean,
get a win
especially with
Wilderness.
his 10 strength guarding.
I'm going to
I
use
think the only reason I don't really like Lord of the Board's purchase on Master of the Ritual of the Tooth here is because he doesn't really have anything to fuel in his
get my air back.
ow.
My airship docks with
Jeez.
Okay, so he River
Runnered
Runnered docks away from Munch.
He's really policing Night Raids here.
Yep.
That could have been a potential 3-card Night Raid
Yep.
if that stayed on the board.
yeah, that's
So really policing that really hard. Ooh, okay, so Skarn prioritizing relics because he feels like he needs
using my regular journey. I'm going to journey the story.
influence back.
Oh, okay. So he's using his regular journey
Nice.
action to then
Oh,
journey.
beautiful.
That's wow.
Beautiful
Skarn
play.
is so good at this game.
Oh, the airship docks you just got. No way. Oh my god.
That was brilliant.
Really nice play.
That was a brilliant play. So now he's got
Does he
3
pick up
lore, and
Raiden
he can
Raise
pick
here?
up Raiden Raise.
It's Lord.
I think I would hold out for Riders potentially.
Yeah. They're talking about Lord maxing.
Yeah, that
I gave
gives
you
me 2.
2 long.
Yeah, that gives me 2 lore.
I would hold out for Riders
For
here.
riders.
I
Yeah.
have a decent war engine going there.
Let's see. No.
I'm
No,
happy
I don't
we're
think this
seeing
is a game
airship
for
docks
winning
get some
MVP.
love this game. It's honestly a pretty cool card.
Archidos is really strong. We've just seen actually Munch use it by joining his trader and putting the trader back to the bottom of his deck. And now we see exactly the same thing with Skarn joining with the Pathfinder, Storyteller, getting 2 lore and putting it to the bottom of the deck. So
Yep.
I think we will definitely see a very a guerrilla fight, a big purchase on both Uprising clans very soon.
Yeah, I mean, that's the thing. If Guerrilla Fighters is coming out, then Riders is actually a pretty risky pull.
Wow, it's like a little mini Herald. The Riders of the North Sky card.
Hmm.
That's cool.
So looking at the Kingdom card roll for the upcoming round, I think there are definitely 2 standout cards here.
That being
Prototype
Sword and
as I
Sim,
mentioned,
right?
very popular. Yeah, exactly. King's Eye, I'm not that keen on, given that it's sort of already pretty late into the game. We've actually seen many powerful cards come out already, which definitely decreases the value of King's Eye.
Somebody take
Now you're
it.
And Mustering Banner, consistently nice, but not necessarily as powerful now.
I've already made the mistake of getting up there early. I needed to wait. My aggressive brain just likes to do things early.
Well, that being said, I mean, Gathering has a decent lead over everybody, but and Sam's in a good
Seems like he maintained
position.
the lead.
So
A little sleepy.
yes, people are. I think we're gonna see Royal Seal take Prototype Sim or Sword That Slept. So I think everyone should probably bid low in anticipation of a Royal Seal coming out.
I think you can easily seal for Sword That Slept here.
You would go for Sword That Slept over Prototype Sim?
I think it's close. I think the most useful thing to Prototype Sim here is Uprising.
Okay.
Yeah, because
But just having the strength is just really powerful because we know that agents are around.
Yeah.
And yeah, he doesn't really have really strong cards to play with.
Actually,
So yeah, a bit tough here. We definitely is set up to go for a very big play this turn. So
do you guys
I think what
know how good?
Sword That Slept allows him to do is win the castle, and I think he really needs to do that.
Yeah.
Okay, what I am going to do is play.
If Bloopy can find a way to hold on and get his Witch Trials thing off in autumn, that could get him back in the game.
100%.
Okay. I shall do that one.
Alright, good luck.
Look,
Okay, yeah. Royal Seal, all but
Royal Seal's
guaranteed.
coming out 100%, yeah. Yep. When you see the one bit on this row, you know that Royal Seal's coming out.
Oh wow.
So Love the Bot gets a freebie here, because he is highest on the turn order. So actually can just pick up Prototype Simulacrum with a 5, which is pretty good, I would say.
So then it's just by order of hierarchy after you.
Great call on the Royal Seal play.
Yeah,
Mm-hmm.
And as mentioned, it's defensive for Modern Builders as well. So
pretty much.
guarantees that Modern Builders will go off this turn. Which is, yeah, a big amount of influence actually. It's just 3 influence for nobility.
Gross.
Immediately catching right back up to Gathering actually.
yeah,
Makes sense.
yes, Jaffles, we know what it does.
Yeah, I would definitely take Sword That Slept here. That's definitely my pick. Because of what I mentioned.
They're starting to remind me of the cops a little bit because we'll just like be having a ton of fun and then all of a sudden stop.
Nobility is the no fun allowed faction.
True, that is true.
And they're blue, which is typically the government factions in coin games. I see what they were doing. I'm following the lines.
I
I'm
mean-
seeing.
Yeah, I think Sword That Slept is definitely is the pick here. And I think Gathering is really happy to pick up Prototype Simulacrum because he can just copy Regal Guard. And that combined with O King Signet is very, very powerful, as we might
Yeah.
imagine.
Yep.
And we also know that Swan Song Horn. Oh well, I guess he has to give up one of those cards, and probably I would give up Swan Song Horn here.
Yeah, you can just pick
Oh,
up Door
well.
in the Night and still have a similar amount of utility.
True. O King Signet is a lot of influence though, so
Yeah, I definitely would not ditch Signet.
My brain cells are tired.
He's dying.
That's a lot to consider.
I have to know the story of these.
Lupi is not very sure what he wants to pick here.
Is
I
it
would imagine that's because his intention was
guys,
Royal Seal defensively
like, clean
rather
Yeah.
than Royal Seal offensively, which I think makes a lot of sense here. Really thinking about this one, I would definitely go Sword That Slept here.
Yeah.
Lord of the Board getting Sword That Slept is a crime, I think. With
Perfect.
Yeah.
They're so good.
Yeah, there we go.
yeah, okay, yeah.
Sword pickup.
You bid a 1. I think
Yeah, and then
it's-
you can
I
just
think it's
pop
pretty
it and no one can steal it. Yeah.
Yeah. I think Gathering should take Prototype Simulacrum here. Not really much to think about in my
Yeah.
opinion.
Take Prototype
Everything else
Sim,
is- I'm not
boot
really
Swan
a fan of
Song.
anything else.
Or
Yeah, I'm not really that excited by anything else on this board right now.
Only opponents are, it can.
Oh, I see
guess-
an opponent's kingdom favor. Okay.
Yeah, I mean, there are lots. I think as clans and gathering, you are really happy to take Prototype Simulacrum.
Fly
Because I think Uprising and Nobility definitely have the stronger end of the most famous.
Yeah. It didn't seem like Sam was that interested in Prototype Sim.
What's already here and the next two.
I am surprised, but we might see him go for I.
I don't like I in this spot.
No, I don't either. We've already seen most of the good cards come out. I mean, what's left at this
point? The only thing is Curious Ring.
Ring, yeah, like Poisoner's Ball, maybe.
Ring would be really strong. Yeah. Ring would be insane.
So
Because Ring would be refresh on Mundi Foragers to grab Ruined Citadel. So
value before next round.
Yeah.
Start of the
So I don't like it. We've already been halfway through the game. You only get 2 more uses out of it. Prototype Simulator much stronger here.
Yeah, Bloopy is honestly pointing that out to him, and once again, choosing kindness.
Okay, well, here's the thing. I kind of like both of my cards, though.
You can always take your card.
Really?
I'm almost thinking maybe I'll take the card back to my hand, even
Oh
though...
wow. Okay. I think Scar will be really happy about that because now he grabs Prototype Simulator.
I'll just take my card back.
Wow, surprise.
wow,
He is
okay.
not going for Prototype Sim? Oh, man. Okay.
Scar is really happy about that outcome, I think.
Yeah, I mean, I would be too. Prototype Sim's amazing.
That was really good, wasn't it? Oh, no.
Yeah, Lord of the Board realizing he done messed up.
Yeah, I don't think Swans of Horn really matters that much here. Munch still takes Mushroom Banner, decent play. Probably just going for...
Yeah, I was thinking it seemed pretty good.
yeah, probably just going for consistency and night raids turning on.
You might as well have taken this in the center because it gives you more options down the line, and again, nothing changes for what you have in stock.
Oh, because this would have sat in the supply. That
Yeah.
wouldn't have taken a spot. Damn it. Okay, very smart. Very smart. Good to know. Good to know. All learning stuff. All learning stuff.
Well, always something new to learn with this game. A lot of skill
wouldn't be upset with
expression, a lot of good stuff.
I mean, I wouldn't be upset with
Yeah.
Kingdom cards that he has. It's not like a terrible outcome.
That's fair. Hidden Lanes, my favorite card in the game.
Continuous strong cards here. Yeah, Hidden Lanes, very strong. Innkeeper, really strong.
It's gonna go P.
I know, I know.
Yeah, so
Fair. Fair.
it's all around pretty strong cards coming out.
Everyone, I'm going P.
Suddenly the
Okay.
water.
It seems like our competitors might be taking a bathroom break.
I'm going to take this
Really?
Herald and go for the Harvest Field here.
Okay, so he's setting up for what I would call the rest of the game in favor.
Healing.
Because usually round 3 onwards, Battlefield becomes very powerful as a focus for players just for influence catch-up. So usually if you claim Harvest Field in round 3, round 4, round 5, you usually get to keep it, especially if your Kingdom's Favor isn't that threatening, which is the case for, I would say, both clans and gathering.
Yep.
So he is going for that play, and I do like it to some extent because he does have Ritual of the Tooth.
You would know this.
Ritual of the Tooth is really powerful, especially if you can keep reusing it.
This round,
Um,
there's no defeating him.
Garn is doing an interesting play here, choosing to contest the plateau.
Alone.
I'm trying to steal him because
Yeah.
we know that Lord of the Board does have his rules.
I'll go there.
So he can really just run if he wants to.
I think we're going to see School of the Storms come out of Skarn this turn. He's going to try to do the trick where you win Harvest Field, grab Prophet of the Waves, and then double dip.
Essentially, yeah. I think that would be really strong.
Because then he'll be able to determine Clash Order. I 100%
great
think that's
call.
what we're going to see here.
Acropolis, I guess.
Munch continuing to just
And so-
cruise low-key in the lowlands.
Yeah, and Bloopy goes for Castle, as expected. Set up for a 4-law Witch Trial play, I would imagine.
Yep.
Just immediately grabs Queen from long ago. Oh, it is a bit awkward because he doesn't really have cards in the lost pile.
Yeah, to
Can be
regovern
covered,
with,
or cards
right?
in the discount pile. Yeah, so he might just go for like a Royal Bank and Viceroy, or Royal Bank and Gilded Wall, potentially. I think that's also viable. It doesn't seem that excellent at this stage.
Man. Now I'm just gonna sit here and be jealous of this prototype simulacrum and know that I've made the mistake of my lifetime.
Poor Lord of the Board now has
Oh,
to
he's
suffer,
Lord of the Board.
knowing what he could have had.
Learning. Send in my tier list after this game.
Yep.
So let's see how this round unfolds. I think Lord of the Board being in a position with a decent lead, with Nobility just trailing very slightly behind after the Monument Builders trigger that we know is coming. He just wants to try and win with his Herald every single round, along with his heir. So let's see how it goes.
Yep.
Imagine, yeah, that card's probably the Ruse. Easiest card to place because it's a Ruse. So
I wonder if we're
everything
gonna
else is
see Bloopy try to steal Signet soon. If he picks up Queen.
Maybe.
Because that would really collapse Lord of the Board if someone takes Signet from him.
And I think what's really dangerous about this position for Nobility is that Nobility still has access to School of the Storms.
Yep.
Which is very powerful.
Yep.
So let's see how it goes here.
We haven't even seen a martial law come out either. So a lot of
And
denial.
he hasn't deployed anything actually.
Yeah.
He hasn't deployed at all. I'm curious about that because he definitely has seen his deploy at least once. So probably that's the only card remaining in his hand right now. Probably was at the bottom of his deck, which is a bit unfortunate.
Do you think we're gonna see Night Raids this round?
Probably. I think it will happen
Spring.
potentially. Maybe next round because I think this is the round where Munch is setting up and getting the big cards this round. And then next round is when he really goes for the kill.
Nev is ready for the round 4 martial law into king making. His favorite aspect of this game. He's Titus Pogging in anticipation.
Ooh, that's interesting. Lord of the Board is committing supporters here. I guess he has his Ruse there, so he can just retreat everything.
Spring.
Yeah, does he even
Imagine
have
Skarn
anything
coming-
good to pull in with School of the Stars? Not really. I mean, he has his
No,
trader, I guess.
He has like Raider and 1, I think, or 2. I can't remember.
Yeah.
That's why I said potentially that might have been a ritual play at some point, just to get cards into the lost pile. Or that's why I sort of
Yeah,
like
I
the
mean,
Lost Maker buy.
We know he
Maker
has
sets up
his
for-
War Machine. So, you know, a ritual sack to get War Machine into the discard could be decent. Now that he
But
has
that's
2.
exactly why I would have deployed. Yeah. That's exactly why I would have deployed it because Ritual Sacrifice lets you move active cards, not only just cards in the discard pile. you can't move cards
That's a
from
good
your hand.
point. Oh,
Yeah.
well, holy mackerel. Okay.
Wow. Okay. Yeah. Skarn is definitely going for the play that you talked about.
Yo, yeah.
Score the storms.
I used it to brutalize him the other week, so I'd like to think that he learned from me.
Most likely it's happening.
I
think
mean,
it makes a
mid
little
game is
sense.
just
And
the
my-
perfect time to use storms. It just makes sense.
I think it depends on how happy he is with this setup because he actually also has not seen his deploy. And I think School of the Storms is really particularly powerful when you have a deploy.
That's a great point.
And
That's a great
yeah,
point.
the threat of Night Raids still is looming in the background.
I mean, I think we're gonna see Night Raids for sure. I mean, it'll hobble at least 2 factions that are positioned really well.
I think it wouldn't do much to Gathering because they have like 4 cards left in hand after that. Somehow.
I'll activate School of Storms. I place the card.
Called it.
Well, it would make Bloopy and Skarn both empty their hands. Yeah, here comes Storms.
Those supporters, I get an influence.
Interesting because he doesn't have his War Machine deployed out, which is really sad actually for both on the side of clans and nobility.
Thanks, Loopy.
So
Simulacrum. I'm gonna copy Regal Guard, and I'm gonna give my air invulnerable.
All right.
Okay, he's worried about eliminates here.
Man, that is disgusting. Gosh.
Lord of the board having Bidder's regret.
He'll never
not taking
forget.
that.
He'll never pass up Proto Simulacrum ever again.
I think there are situations I would pass it up. I know I ranked it in A on my tier list, and it's really, really good. But there are definitely scenarios I would have passed it up.
Yeah,
I can
but
pass it up.
this is definitely a position where you could definitely get some good mileage out of it, especially with a 5. Like, hell yeah.
And some Lord wins this game.
Wow, I like those odds.
Yeah,
They're all separate instances. It's fun.
yeah.
That is very fun.
Oh, he's
I
gonna.
don't know. I'm not sure I like this School of Storms play. I might have set up for something next round, but I think if you try to do something next round, you might be competing with Uprising or big power play.
I put that for.
So it's also really tough to call because we know that Uprising is setting up for something next round. Like, so School of the Streets and School of the Stones are both not used, which is a very dangerous prospect going to the final rounds.
Yeah, I mean,
Oh, okay. As I say that.
Yeah, you manifested it. Commentator's curse, right?
As I say that. Just comes out immediately. Nothing unexpected here. Trying to force the castle win and pulling off the witch draw play that we were talking about. So nothing really unsurprising here. Puts a nice 2 strength or 1 lone supporter in the bottom region, probably because he has his air there.
Yep.
Probably will choose invulnerable.
Yep, because he
Regal Guard?
actually has Regal Guard. Yep.
Yeah, and the 12 there usually wins, I think.
Yeah, Loopy, you
The 12 there usually wins.
Yeah.
Yeah, I also cannot hear Loopy.
Yeah.
And we see Nobility go up to 6 because of Monument Builders as well, just in case that was not clear. Monument Builders gets discarded.
So he chose 1 influence from Regal Guard and not invulnerable. Because he would have been up to 5. He was at 2. Monument Builders have got him in 3, so he did pick the influence from Regal Guard. So now he's just
Okay.
going for a more heavy-handed approach and just brute forcing his way through using influence gains.
Yep.
I think it's a reasonable strategy moving into the final rounds because we know that Munch and Garn are setting up for some very powerful plays. They're
For
big
sure.
buys, I think. They're all sitting on lots of lore.
I mean, Airship Docks has really accelerated the pace of the lore gain.
Yeah, 100%.
And we're gonna see Forgotten Palace probably after Night Raids. Yep, there's Night Raids. Everybody clap. I'm clapping. I'm clapping.
So it's 2 cards, right? Because you only have 2 right now.
Yep.
Okay.
Ouch. And yeah, that discards the War Machine for Bloopy.
Yep.
Ooh, that really hurts.
All right, I'll do my
really, really
Nebuchadnezzar
hurts.
impression. Oh yeah, suffering from Night Raids. Oh yeah. Nev, how was that?
Oh, that's really painful. It's really, really painful because, yeah, now Bloopy's gonna have a really hard time getting martial law off, which means that he might be into buying Go to Wall here just to get martial law into play.
Oh man, yeah. Let me actually look at what got discarded.
Ouch. The attrition this game is painful.
Oh man, and Lord of the Board lost his War Machine too. That sucks.
But he chose to do it. So he had 4 cards in hand, so he really had lots of options there.
What do you
We
think
know
of
that
that
one of the
decision?
cards in one of the regions. I think it's fine because he forgot to deploy it last round, I imagine.
Yeah,
And so now he lets him ritual sacrifice it in anyway, so it's okay.
yeah, that's a great point.
What do we even got?
All right, so Forgotten Palace. What do you torch safe houses? I guess. I don't know.
If you want to play for Guerrilla Fighters, yes. But I think in this case he's chosen not to and is going for the Black Powder Ploy play.
But airs are invulnerable. We've got multiple invulnerable airs. I feel like Black Powder is not going to give him that much value.
Only Skarn has invulnerable because I think Loopy opted for
Oh, for the lore. Yeah.
uninfluence. Yeah, he chosen to sit on the 3 influence, so I think probably Munch has his trader in hand that we know went to the bottom from airship docks.
Oh, you're so right. You're so
Might be
right.
journeying it. Yeah, might be journeying this round to get Guerrilla Fighters. That's why
Yeah.
he's choosing the slower approach of just burning the exhausted tactics rather than just burning safe houses straight away.
Yep.
And invulnerable. Okay. I'm gonna get rid of this.
Nice. Okay.
Wow, okay, so I think we are definitely seeing Ritual Sacrifice here from Lord of the Board at the end of this round.
Yep.
He's discarded both his Agent and his War Machine, which I imagine are both going to be sacrificed with Ritual Sacrifice.
Yeah, to set up Tooth for the last 2 rounds.
Yeah,
It's a shame he's not gonna have Moon, Herald of the Moon though, because there's no way he's gonna beat Skarn in the plateau.
Let's see.
I'll buy the ploy.
Oh, he's buying Ploy. Okay. I'm surprised by that. Although maybe he's gonna try to grab hidden lanes. I think he's gonna try to grab hidden lanes and like be able to like swap in black powder with hidden lanes.
He does have his Ruse in play right now. I imagine the Ruse is one of the cards in the region, so he can sort of just retreat it or just have it in there. It's fine.
Mm-hmm.
Maybe one more just for good measure.
And winning with the Black Power Point does get him
And
law anyway. So that combined with a journey and another bit more law from Forgotten Palace next turn gets him Guerrilla Fighters anyway. So it's not too bad.
Yeah. It is just gonna be hard to land. Well, I guess as we've discussed, not as hard. So Bloopy might regret not going for the invulnerable. Although, does Bloopy even have his air back? Is Titus still in the discard?
He probably he might. No, he attrition already.
That's right. Yeah.
he wanted.
It's interesting. John has chosen to put Lowlands first.
Clear the ways, you know. Now
I
it's
see what you're saying.
now it's a lot worse.
So if you want to police, if we want to police Prophet of the Waves, then we should resolve. We should resolve Harvest last,
Skarn is
right?
choosing. Skarn is choosing because he scored the storms.
That's
That's a good point. Yep.
He should resolve it first.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Okay. Yeah. There.
that's what I expected. He's unsure. Probably he wants to just sea lanes the card from the lowlands because he doesn't want to. He wants to just give up the bottom region.
Start with
And
that.
That's a good
It
point.
doesn't matter in this case because Loopy has already committed tons of supporters everywhere, and Uprising is committed to the bottom region.
Also, you know,
So most likely he doesn't get to double dip from Prophet of the Waves anyway.
Yeah.
You shouldn't have had to do this.
Well, that feels like stepping on his toes when he just walked in there. I think.
That's kind of true, actually.
Nah, I was hoping Munch was gonna grab Black Power Ploy, and that would set him up for a big explosive plate. This round, I'm a bit disappointed he isn't taking that chance, because I could have benefited a bit from that.
I think Skarn means Guerrilla Fighters and not
Yeah.
Black Powder Ploy. Thought that was what he would go for as well, and I think that's why Skarn decided to go for this plate.
It's a huge
Mm-hmm.
Actually, the
Because
opposite thing
Guerrilla
where he
Fighters
wasn't
would
going for
not
Blue Plate
affect
next
the supporters. Yeah.
That's one thing, and I think Skarn is setting up for Riders. He was hoping that Munch would go for big play this turn, so that Skarn himself has an opportunity next round.
Yeah, and then
Because I
just
think
salt
in
toughness
Bonaparte-
it back and get 2 Riders rounds.
Yeah,
Yeah.
exactly. The important part about King's Crown is that every of these factions has a pivot turn. You don't want to match your pivot turn with someone else's pivot turn, because then you're just clashing and it becomes really bad for one of them for sure.
Yep.
So in this case, he was hoping that Munch would go for a big play this turn because Bloopy and Munch would have then chosen to go for something really big this turn. AoE. Okay. Oh, that is a brutal.
Wait a minute. I'm
that
just
is a
noticing what happened here.
brutal one. So
Yeah.
here's an interesting point. Lord of the Board has Bonsong Horn. If he has a supporter here,
Yeah.
go
So
in.
he could. I mean, that just gives it to Skarn, though.
pass it. True. Yeah. He passes. That is unfortunate.
Yeah.
Does get a 9 into the gloss pile, which might be beneficial.
Flank and moved up.
Yeah.
Oh,
There.
shoot. Yeah, if he had
Imagine
read
that
the
Munch will
flank.
retreat everything.
If he had read the flank and ambushed in a follower, he maybe could have won this.
I think if Lord ambushed, he might have not flanked.
That's a good point. That's a good point.
So I think Munch definitely retreats everything here.
Oh, yeah, without a doubt. I mean, he's got all his charges on safe houses at this point.
If you just go with the streets there, you would have won this region. And you would
I
got
don't
the air back
want-
immediately.
I'm that bad.
Yeah, Skarn is trying to get him to hoping that he would really blow lots of his resources on this round. Makes a lot of sense. as I mentioned,
Munch
about the
likes to
pivot
play
turn.
from behind. That's like his signature play style, I feel like. Is he just
that's why he
kind of
likes gathering, and
creeps
that's why
up
I like
on you
gathering
all
too.
game, and then all of a sudden he's in the lead.
Oh, that's exactly what I would do as well.
Yeah.
That's why we both like Gathering, because Gathering is the kind of faction that should technically play from behind, just creep up on you, because I think deciding turn order as Gathering is really important.
Totally
Far
agree.
beyond the
Having
lights.
having played them last game and gotten off to a huge lead, their tricks are so much less potent if you're not deciding turn order. Which I think is probably something that Lord
So
of the
you're-
Board is
you're-
feeling right now, too.
Yeah. I can see a ruse for Lord of the Board in the middle region,
These days, just in.
and that would be a
So
total
he
of
takes
16 strength.
Necro. I assume is what he took because his
Necro.
discard's empty.
Yep. That's a ruse, unexpected, so totally expected. Yeah, I don't think he wins this for sure.
No, I would just retreat everything back.
Yeah, 100%. This is not even close. Well, actually, he can win if he wants to.
You can use this more.
Can he? What does he have?
Yeah, so if he has an air, if he has his air in his hand and he has Ritual of the Tooth, he can Ritual of the Tooth ambush in.
So here's a question.
Wait, no, again, you can't Swan Song Horn. Yeah, you can't Swan Song Horn the ruse. I keep forgetting about that.
Yeah.
So what I would do actually here is to ambush in Ritual of the Tooth and eat the trader, and retreat the ruse. So give ambush to the
That's
ruse,
smart.
push in trade the Ritual of the Tooth. Yeah, eat the tooth and then retreat the ruse back to hand.
That's really smart. Let's see if he does it.
Let's see. I think, honestly, I might just freaking leave, get out of dodge here.
All right, he's
I
going
don't
for the
blame him if
retreat.
he doesn't see it. It's not that easy to see.
Do here. I can take my herald with me, right?
Yes.
Yeah, so I can escape with my supporters too.
Yeah, he's taking everything back.
Makes sense.
We have left.
I imagine the two cards in it. If he chose to discard his agent
Yeah.
and is invulnerable, is his war machine, I imagine that
So I get the lower.
two cards in his hand are going to be an air and Ritual of the Tooth. I think whatever's in the top region is probably like some weak follow or something like that. That's
Yeah,
what I would
just some
imagine right
fodder to try to maybe catch an agent.
here.
Yeah.
So Munch probably has a ruse in the top region.
Let's go one.
Yep. And so I'll point out, Skarn now has Prophet of the Waves, which because it's a daylight action, he could actually just activate in this next clash. So that's one of the tricky things about Prophet of the Waves is you can actually use it same round if you're able to resolve the region, the plateau before other regions in the clash step. Which is actually something I really like about Prophet of the Waves, even though it's not too flashy. They're fun, lots of fun little tricks with it.
I think Bluebeam might. No, I was gonna say Bluebeam might regret putting his not choosing invulnerable on the Wiggle guy.
Oh, I think that
Forgot he
was
has
a big
sword- the sword
mistake.
that- no. He has a sword that slaps, so it doesn't matter.
Yeah.
He can just sword that slap in the top region.
One for the Herald, that's 5. And
He still has his ruse, isn't it? I think this card that's there is the ruse.
Okay.
Yep.
Yeah. Maybe.
Grab the favor.
They said they
I'll
were
read them.
out.
And immediately everyone catches up.
Pretty dark, okay?
No, it did
It
not.
could. This could have gone way worse. for me.
Oh, please.
Ruse. Ruse. I'm clapping, folks. I see the ruse and I clap.
I think we saw one of the ruses, two of the ruses coming, so I guess that wasn't too. It was unexpected. And
Well, actually,
I
wait.
don't remember if Tanz's last card is Storyteller or not. No, it's not. Right? It's the flank. Sorry, it's the flank. So he just retreats the ruse right here.
Yeah. Yep. Although he could move some of his
the
supporters up
card.
using the Kingdom's Favor and retreat them back, which is at least nice.
What am I missing?
Because I have this, so these are worse.
I'm actually really surprised that Skarn didn't move his heir to the top region. Wait, which god? No, I'm surprised he didn't move his War Machine to the top region here actually.
Why?
Because we know that Lord of the Board already retreated from the middle region, and Skarn had priority on that because Lord of the Board acted first. So there wasn't really any reason to keep War Machine dead because he was winning either way.
Yeah, but he wanted to have the most cards there to get the lore.
Oh, I see. Right.
Maneuver there.
Okay, so he picks everything back.
Yep, uses Prophet of the Waves to at least just get some supporter economy back. That's not a bad usage of it.
Oh, that's really smart. That's really nice. Yeah, that's a really good play. Not the flashiest School of the Storm, sadly, because everyone committed. The pivot turn was at the same time.
Yeah.
And that really is the problem of going early in the turn order, which is why I don't really like being ahead. Yeah, because of that, Loopy could know to blow the stones this turn and have double his duty
Yep.
in terms of winning the clash and also denying value from Skarn.
100%. Yeah, I've been, well, yeah, Bluebeard's in a pretty good position. But Uprising is just simmering beneath the surface. I feel like we're gonna see some.
I think this game is anyone.
Yeah.
Anyone's game, I think.
All of
I
them.
think if Sam's gonna stay in
Uprising's
it, though,
behind
we need to see a strategic ritual sack play from him.
I think it happens this round no matter what. He has his flank on the board, he has his agent, and he has his war machine
Yeah.
in the discard pile. I don't know. If this isn't the ritual sacrifice play, I don't know what is.
Word.
And I think I would just buy Maskmaker here. I would just buy
Bluepy gets to
Maskmaker
hold
and
on to
potentially
Sword.
journey in next turn.
I feel like if I were him, I'd almost just pop Sword at this point to just get rid of it and deny it from the opponents.
Yeah, I think I would agree with that.
Because it's going to get stolen.
I
There's
would-
no way it doesn't get stolen.
The question is what Munch has in hand. No, he has his heir, so Bloopy has to commit something here. And he doesn't use Sword that slept. That's gonna be prime target to steal.
I don't remember if he had Titus in his hand. As in, did he discard it and pick it back up?
Titus has been in his.
No, he didn't, but
Uh,
everybody didn't pay attention. But yeah, he didn't have Titus in his hand.
Yeah.
Titus was in discard and then he attrition.
Is it in his? Yeah, so it's still in his deck. I don't remember what card he picked up, but I think Munch is asking because he might Black Card Ploy in here.
Yeah, I mean, it was
I think
Necro. The only reason he has a card is because of Necro.
Yeah, exactly. I think I definitely blow Sword that slept here, actually. In fact, I would have retreated my ruse and used Sword that slept. Because I think... Oh no, you can't do that, because I don't think it's enough to win. Probably not enough to win there. Yeah, but I would definitely blow Sword that slept here just to guarantee a win, because now you don't have a window to do it anymore.
Yeah. Well,
I
he
have 8 strength,
passed,
but 8 strength
so
is not necessarily that much.
let's see if Munch is able to wrestle this away from him.
Yeah, that would... Well, it wouldn't be that big a deal, but I think it does hurt for sure, because it's denying at least 2 influence. It's denying 2 influence and 1
And
lore,
a
right?
govern, you know?
Actually, which might be 2 lore actually, because you can if Munch takes it, you can just kick someone out from the Council of Secrets.
Alright, looks like he is going to be able to contest.
I imagine that's Black Powder Boy. And 15. Yeah, see, so needed to swap them.
And I
Yep. Yeah, that's unfortunate for Bloopy. No, he can't do it. Oh, he's misremembering the rules.
This is a second class. I can't do it here. What the
No,
fuck?
it's not the second clash.
It's not a tie.
I'll go clarify the rules.
Yep.
Pain. Is this your
Okay,
simulacrum?
I'm gonna be a bit grumpy the rest of the game.
I guess that's, yeah, unfortunate that he didn't remember that little rules bit. But yeah, so for folks who are watching, ambushed cards can only use the daylight actions that are printed on them. So they are limited in that sense. You can't do what Bloopy was trying to do, which is activate a daylight action Sword That Slept that was not printed on the card.
Yeah, so to be more precise, you have to only after cards are ambushed in and you review ambushed cards, the only day actions that can be used are anything on those ambushed cards. Anything else simply cannot be activated, which is why you can't use Song Song Horn, for example, on an ambush card.
Yep.
Because that window simply doesn't exist. So you could, for example, ambush in a flank and use the flank, for example. Or ambush in, for example, Ritual of the Tooth and then use Ritual of the Tooth. That's an example that you could do as well. But you simply can't use any other day actions.
Yeah, or ambush in a ruse.
That's really gonna hurt Rookie here.
You know, and then use the ruse to ambush something
Or ambush
else
in a
in.
ruse. Exactly. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
Like, those are all valid, but yeah. If it's not printed on the card, can't do it as part of an ambush resolution.
And that's really gonna hurt Nobility here.
Yeah, that was... You do
Lost a
kind of
total
hate to
2
see it.
influence And 2 law.
I think I need
Yeah. Lost 2 influence and 2 law from that because one of his cards got kicked out.
sacrifice, I think.
Yes. Yep. So as expected, we see the Ritual Sacrifice play.
Active and or in the discard pile to the lost pile, and for each one moved this way, I can get a lore.
Yeah, beautiful. So I think here actually I would choose to move the flank into the lost pile and the agent,
so
and take the war machine back.
Yeah, just deploy the war machine.
Deploy the war machine. Yeah, that's what I would go for here.
Yeah, I do have one.
Though I will say that because
so
can Munch get a finals next turn? Probably not. I think maybe in the final round. So agent goes in for sure. I think the flank goes in, and probably the supporter goes in.
Yep.
I
That gives you
back
the fullest suite of options.
Yeah, I think so as well. You have a high strength card from the stack if you need it. You have the eliminate if you need it, and you have the
so I'm
flank if you need it. So I think that's fine.
put it into the deck if I don't take it. Right?
I don't think he's seeing the... Thinking about it from the lens of the tooth.
Put
Sam, think about it
because
from
I'm
the
pretty
lens
sure I
of the
told him
tooth.
specifically in his. I'm pretty sure I told him that Ritual Sacrifice is mainly used to power the tooth, and that's exactly what I told him.
Well, he gets his
and
flank down there.
Yeah,
That's nice.
it also empowers School of the Stars. So
Yeah.
value of
put his flank there. Okay, that's good. That's good. Come on, Lord, you got this. Put the agent there.
We believe in you, Sam.
You got this. Put the agent there.
the benefits of this deploy more than I do. So that just deploy happens in autumn.
Yeah.
Wait a second. It says I can move a card from my hand
Okay, he sees it. He sees it. He sees it, folks.
right now.
Yep.
Yep.
Outright.
Exactly, Sam.
There we go.
Got it. Okay, he saw it.
He's boarding. He's
Okay.
lording.
Deep. He saw it. He saw it.
Pile. Because Tooth Boy can suck up their ability. I think though that this is probably better.
Oh no.
So I'm gonna put this.
Oh come on, Lord.
Well,
Oh well, it's not too bad. It's fine.
Sorry that was taking so long. My brain just has to talk through things.
He pulls the deploy back, which makes a lot of sense.
Then I may move a card from a discard pile to my hand. I'm gonna put the Burning Wood, and that one will stick.
We'll say it is very dangerous because he only has a total of 3 cards in his deck.
yeah.
All
All right. so
he
he's
does
gonna-
attrition like multiple times.
Yeah, I know. Especially if someone steals Signet from him.
Yeah, that's really bad.
We might be seeing
really bad.
the collapse.
Let's see. I would definitely buy Mask Maker here.
Yeah.
I don't know if I buy Dawn and Night.
Well, he technically he forewent his window to purchase anything if he's doing a deploy.
So
He can just journey again.
like anything.
That's true. That's a good point.
It's not that strict a window anyway. It's not like the order really doesn't matter. So I think players will choose kindness there. It doesn't really matter most of the time. That something happens in between the
Yeah.
getting of the lore and
No, for sure.
you do something that matters and then you buy, then I think you might say no, but I don't think really anything happens in the base game that way.
No.
No.
I'm just gonna put it here.
Okay.
Okay.
That's acceptable.
I guess he doesn't realize that the supporters are going to stick around.
Oh, cool. Perfect.
Skarn doing the table talk and pointing it out.
Skarn,
Yeah, just put it in the
well,
middle.
it benefits him because if... yeah, we don't want him to just play straight into Bloopy's hands.
This goes in the discard.
Yeah.
Joining with his air.
Or it should go here to the discard.
Surprised by
Fascinating.
that. Also, okay.
Another one.
Fascinating.
Now I've got 5 lore, so let's see.
I have to say one of the things that people don't
This tooth.
do sometimes is ritual sacrificing Petrichor. That's actually really funny because when you eat Petrichor with Ritual of the Tooth, you actually rally it back to your hand for another turn.
Sorry, the eyeball boy.
Wait, what?
Something
Explain
people
that?
don't realize. So, because Petrichor has rally, the air has rally self, right? And Ritual of the Tooth gains all the text for the entire round.
I don't even have to.
Oh, so you can
So,
rally
If
Tooth
Ritual of
back.
the Tooth consumes, yeah, you can rally the card back if you don't have the Herald.
Yeah.
If you don't have the favor, right? So you can do that.
hindsight. Okay.
I think that's very really counterintuitive, but actually it's really, really powerful. And people
I
don't
mean, you
use it
do
as
burn
often
your
as
air,
I would
though.
hope. It
Is the one thing, but
doesn't really matter. I mean, you just move it to the lost pile and be done with it. I think at some point the air is sort of like a weird piece because it's really strong in the early stages of the game, and then slowly goes down in priority as people get really, really strong cards.
yeah.
So I think it's perfectly fine to get rid of the air and just have another high strength card to eat with Ritual of the Tooth.
Got the unifier back.
That's fair.
An interesting thing, because you do gain the archetypes, Ritual of the Tooth still works with Old King's Crown, Old King's Signet if you consume the air.
It's not journey just yet. I'm going to activate Soul Toughness. I choose any number of my faction cards
Yep, nothing unexpected there.
and up to my hand size.
What's he got in his
It's
discard?
so funny because
He's got some
9
captains.
probably takes the 9.
Yeah, War Machine will
Takes
see
the
get
War Machine, takes the
redeployed.
9.
The
The 9 makes sense.
Priestess of the Peaks.
Yeah, that makes
Oh,
sense.
Grandma. He's
Probably
going for
journey
Grandma.
with Priestess of the Peaks. I mean, I would just journey with one of them
3 cards in my hand.
and govern with one of them. Deploy with one of them. And because he still has Mistress Benefactor, he doesn't attrition anyway.
I'm
It's
not
perfectly okay with him. I would pull back the 2 supporter rather than the 3 and just journey with it.
Yep.
So, the second thing I'll
He might have his trader. Does he have his trader?
all upon
No.
to the middle region. And
I think a good reason to have gone for the lowlands deployed there as gathering is to simply avoid conflict.
I'll act
Yeah.
Because you can just gain influence from Old King's Signet, right? So you don't really care. So you just
Yeah.
need to keep up with the influence game.
I am curious to know. Well, Sam has I guess. Yeah, I don't know. What is he trying to do in the top region?
He bought the eye.
Yeah, he bought I.
Okay, he bought the eye.
Yeah.
Okay, that's interesting.
I'll activate
not
Council of Secrets and I'll put 2 markers out.
I assume he's not actually putting them on battlefield.
I assume not.
Yeah,
I
Wilderness
assume
makes sense.
not. So Skarn does in fact have the... Yeah, he has the Riders, right? He does have Riders, yeah.
Yep. Yep, he was able to pick that up. Alright, Bloopy. What are we gonna do?
So I think.
I imagine Witch Straw comes out here.
Table.
Yeah, got a witch trial. Totally agree.
Eye is your strongest card.
What was that?
I is your strongest card.
Mislead him, Scar. Eye is not his strongest card.
You're too tooth
Oh no,
pilled.
Eye is not the strongest card.
It's not.
Nah.
It's the tooth, man. High strength, most
Mm.
powerful thing.
Well, I think what's powerful about Eye is that you make everybody be a bit annoyed at how they have to play the game.
Yeah, it's just the mind games card.
Yeah.
Wait, so are we? So
Will
high
say
court.
that School of the Streets is still active, so we have not seen Rising Agent, have we? We haven't seen it yet.
No.
Yeah, we haven't seen it yet.
So did high court get discarded because Munch took castle? Is that what happened?
Did it?
Like, why is high court discarded?
No. Yeah. He took Castle to knock him out.
Yeah. Oh man, that stinks for Bloopy.
Mine, they go on top in any order, and then I get 3 lore.
Oh, which one just happened? It was Witch Trials, you said?
Yep.
Choose a council, discard all cards from the council. Move any number of your cards to the top of your deck in any order. For each card, move this way. Oh, interesting.
So we see three get booted out. So that's what, 3 lore for Bloop.
Different. What's it say? Still different.
Yes, very much so. What are you?
Journeyed, and then he used with Strong.
There.
You can Gilded Wall.
He only has 3 lore though. If he journeyed, he should have more than 3, right? Because he kicked 3 cards out of
He
councils.
hasn't journeyed yet.
Oh, okay.
I think he journeyed. He
Yeah.
governed, and then he
He
used it.
governed. Okay.
Because he had to ambush one card in
Yeah.
with the ruse.
Yeah.
And then the
Oh,
other,
man,
he only
if
had
he
one card
could-
left because of Night Raid.
If he could find a way to get one more and get Queen, he could get this back in. But I guess he's not going for that.
Yeah, he went for the Gilded Wall play, like you mentioned, because in order to have martial law active, he needs to put the Gilded Wall there.
That is a great point.
Yeah, makes sense.
That is a great point. And so he gets to put 2 counters on there. Right?
And next round he just buys Viceroy for just a bit of strength and tempo to see whether that helps him or not.
Of course, these are just
But Winter Knight, he should have 2 counters on this, right? Because
Yeah. He remembers.
Have 1 roll, so I just got this back.
No, he forgot about the influence there. Maybe he's just not putting it there.
I use Moonshine Cove to grab the library.
Oh yeah, good point. Good Jeffers.
Hmm.
Oh, okay. Munch is replacing Forgotten Palace with Endless Library.
interesting. Man, I would
That's
totally
interesting. That is not what I would have gone for.
I would totally just
Would've went
torch
for
safe
Hidden
houses
Maidens.
at this point. Torch safe houses, pick up guerrilla fighters,
one
and
thing, yeah.
make everyone's lives miserable.
And I would have become Hidden Lanes there, and now Oaking Spear comes out.
Journey that for 2 lore, and I'm going to use that 2 lore immediately to.
I think Hidden Lanes was definitely the play there.
Hmm.
At least that's my opinion.
I mean, does
think
he
it's
have
such an
anything
annoying
scary
annoyance.
sitting around to use hidden lanes with? Not really.
He has Black Powder Ploy in hand, so he can just immediately put Powder Ploy as a bid, and then just occupy any Kingdom card, and then just swap it in if he has Hidden Lanes.
That is a great point. That is a great point. Well, he might
now
just
we see
bid
three
with.
really strong.
He might just bid with powder play here. We'll see. All right, is 4 supporters, right? In top region.
Yeah, he took back 1 with Council of Wolves on the lowlands, so that's fine.
Yeah.
Oh yeah. I mean, I would say you could grab it, but I'm a nice person, so you know.
I think it's fine. It's easy to forget.
Yeah.
Like,
So Gathering's
Zoomed thing.
total deck size is currently 7. So precarious times, and it's only round 4.
I know.
See how he navigates this. He's gonna attrition again after this.
I
so-
feel like it's almost not worth stealing Signet from him, because that would just totally topple him out of the game, which is almost like less useful. It's nice to have Signet as the albatross around his neck.
I think if he was leading,
Point to
I would steal it. But right, if you look at the board right now, there is Prototype Simulacrum, and Sword That Slept, and Swan Song Horn. Steal.
Yeah.
The current Kingdom card row is Hidden Lanes, Old King Spear, and Innkeeper. So actually, Old King Signet is like the lowest priority, I think, right now.
Yeah, there's gonna be a lot of violence.
Yeah.
I mean, Sword That Slept is definitely getting stolen. That's just...
100%. Not even close. And I think what we're gonna see is Munch. Yeah, I think we might see Munch bid is 11. And it's really awkward because no one else can bid higher than that because otherwise the 11 just steals.
Yeah, because he's last in turn order.
Gives it back.
Yep.
So for example, Skarn couldn't bid his 11 to steal it.
Mm-hmm.
But then again, Old King Spear is really powerful. So, let's see.
Yeah, an Old King Spear plus School of the Streets play could be some absolute violence.
Yeah, that's actually true. I completely forgot about that. I think Munch might go for that with the Arch Artisan. That's
Yeah.
the main reason he picked it up.
Yep.
I would definitely go for that actually. The problem is Prototype Simulacrum still exists, so it does give
Regal
Scots air
Guard.
invulnerable.
Yeah, access to Regal Guard. Yep.
Yeah. And he also has Riders, which is also invulnerable. So
Who actually has the favor? Skarn has the favor,
Skarn
right?
has-
Yeah.
has
Does
the
Skarn
favor,
have the
yeah.
favor and Prototype Sim? Oh, who allowed this to happen?
yeah, he does. Yeah, so as expected, Munch goes for the Old King Spear.
The big boy coming out.
Adjustin is not. Oh wait, the Hidden Lanes is not bad, but he does go for the play that you suggested.
Yep. Yep. I think that's what I would do.
So this definitely is the School of the Streets play.
Yep. Absolute violence coming out this round. So Skarn will probably use
the good news
Prototype
for Lord of
Sim
the board is that
to just copy
yeah,
Regal.
but there is quite a bit of invulnerable. There's quite a bit of invulnerable on the board right now, and I think
Disgusting.
Loopy might steal Prototype Simulacrum.
Gross.
Mm.
Jeez.
I think we might see that happen actually.
What do we do?
And I would steal Prototype Simulacrum and kick Sword That Slept out.
Yeah, we-
Deny everyone from getting it.
Oh, absolutely. Yeah, Bloopy should get rid of Sword. If he
100%.
he
yeah.
now has the
You can't let
opportunity
anyone else
to, he
control.
should get rid of it, for sure. Because he will not
Yeah,
get to use it.
100%. If he doesn't kick it out, I think Lord is extremely happy.
Yes.
So he just punches Swan Song Horn out there and then just, yeah,
Mhm,
gets Sword for free.
mhm.
Take Prototype Simulacrum.
Oh no, he doesn't do it. Oh. Oh,
Is he taking it?
doesn't do it.
See you then?
Oh, Bloopy.
Okay, let's see if Lord sees it.
Bloopy.
Lord might not see it, but let's see.
Once again, the kingdom card stuff I feel like is just
He doesn't see it.
good in some ways.
No need to. You can just get rid of Song Song Horn. It's not important.
I think what I would like to do though is I would like to steal the sword.
There we go.
There
Okay.
we go. He did
There
it.
we go. Okay.
Did I get this?
Yeah, Bloopy, that was definitely a mistake to not kick that out.
Yeah.
You're never keeping that until the end of this round.
With a 1, no
was
way
not
in hell. There's just
Yeah,
no
that
way
was
in
not
hell.
happening. I think Bloopy is kicking himself right now.
Ruse to keep my ruse in my hand and still ambush.
That turned out to be very annoying picks from all of you.
Yeah, I totally agree, Skarn.
Yeah.
I'm sorry.
Um,
I'm going.
He
I
has.
mean, I would still pick up the lanes here as Skarn.
This one is scary.
yeah.
I'm gonna use.
Just because you have the ability to hidden lanes counts of O's in.
I was hoping to steal either Swansong Horn or Sword That Slept, but he kicked out Sword That Slept by stealing Swansong Horn. That kind of ruins stuff immensely. You taking Prototype is also immensely annoying. because
I think Skarn, you should have seen that coming.
that's not happening.
Yeah, and now actually Munch is having a field day with this because now there's significantly less invulnerable that's on the board because there's one less invulnerable from Rico Guard,
Yep.
or at least prototype simulacrum copying Rico Guard.
I
So
think we're
Munch
gonna
is gonna
see
have
a
hell of a
trademark
turn here.
Munch explosion turn.
Yeah, 100%. I
He's
think.
just been biding his time, setting it up, cruising along.
Yeah, we're gonna see. Yeah, we're gonna see Deadly in every region here.
Yep.
100%.
That as well, and if not, he has this, so we can just.
And this is Deadly in every region, and I think actually Lord of the Board is really well positioned to face that because he has Sword That Slept and 5 invulnerable in the top region. He also has.
He has the eye,
Sword the Tooth.
but the eye is not gonna do much this round. Tooth
Well, it's not the
could
eye,
actually
it's
be
just
good
Wizard
though.
of
He
the
can
Tooth.
make Tooth invulnerable.
Yeah. He still has Out Beyond the Lights, so I would
Yeah.
say this is a really good round to go for it.
Of doing stuff, but I guess you get disconnected.
So I think Skarn has computer has crashed, so let's give him a little bit to reboot here.
Yeah, we lost Skarn, looks like.
Okay, just
I'm actually going to take this as an opportunity to step away for just 1 minute. So please hold down the fort for me, and I'll be back soon.
Mhm.
I just need to honestly use the bathroom.
Playing Uprising in a way.
I think
thrown it, but fucking up.
the game really is for anyone to win because we've already seen the pivot turns from Nobility and Skarn, and Clans,
And if you
and now it's Uprising's turn, who is, even though they're lowest on influence, to really have a big pivot turn with a triple School of the Streets turn.
When you think of
That's a lot of lore and a lot of influence. And actually, if he gets all 3 eliminates off with School of the Streets, and he keeps his endless library, he does have actually 5 lore straight up to buy Guerrilla Fighters for the final round. And although Skarn has already used up his tactics in the previous round, he does have a really good setup with Hall Upon the Waves, his War Machine in the plateau, and Riders as well. And I think he should definitely look to use Riders this round, because otherwise Guerrilla Fighters is coming out in round 5, and that's not going to be fun to deal with.
guess I would take Hidden Lanes here.
Yeah, I would take Hidden Lanes as well if I was Skarn here.
And keep it also not bad, but I guess Innkeepers if you're more worried about the eye, which in this
Alright, I'm
year
back.
probably. Hello.
I'm very worried about my boy Munch over here. This round seems like it will be very sad. Oh, we haven't done
Nope.
our Herald yet.
no, we're waiting on Scan disconnected.
Oh,
I don't know
gotcha.
what's going on.
He's coming
they're
back.
gonna
He has some internet
Pop-
trouble.
pop.
He's pop.
Got it.
Hello.
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 Hello. Hello.
Hello.
Darn, you're back. The Lord is back. The
I
other
got
one.
blue screened.
Oh my
Memory
gosh.
management.
What?
Memory management was the error.
That's what it said. That's
Yeah.
crazy.
And
I don't. Probably.
All right, I have returned.
I told Lord of the Board.
Skarn has returned as well, so perfect timing.
Excellent. Let me just turn my webcam on for a sec.
Right.
I think this has been a
My child's
I
just
mean,
scratching.
very powerful set of Kingdom cards that's been coming out in this game, actually.
He's a hard worker.
We are seeing a ton of the heavy hitters all come out.
Yeah. What is this, a crossover episode?
I'm gonna say right now, even if I lose, which I think is pretty likely, I am proud of myself for being at 6 at this round in the game. I will say. I've done.
Pretty
I
negative.
want to count yourself out, yeah, Lord. I think you have a really good setup for this final 2 rounds.
Yeah.
You have both of your pivotal tactics remaining,
Somebody's gonna jet,
and
but
yeah,
I think
he doesn't have that much space,
it's
that many areas to use martial law on.
it's true.
So you just need to not get messed with in the top region. Just look for a place in the middle 2 regions.
Alright, we see hidden lanes from Skarn. I don't know how much utility he's really going to
makes
get
sense.
out of that, but it's okay.
I think it's interesting now because I think Lord of the Board actually has a good chance to win the top region, despite the fact that Bloopy has 7 invulnerable strength there. It's purely because we know that Munch is gonna have eliminate in every single region and try to eliminate in every single region, and Lord of the Board actually has a lot of resilience against that from Shot That Slept.
Yep, and
Should
Tooth.
definitely use this round.
Yes.
Yeah. Should definitely remember to use that that Kingdom card here.
People are always sleeping on the sword.
Never mind. Oh, sorry. Helmet. Helmet is.
I think Pablo, pointing out
No, it's resilience.
that Lord of the Board actually forgot to use his own sword the first time he played, the first match of this tournament,
They're just.
and it got stolen from him.
Yep.
So yeah, this is just justice, I think.
It is a
In a
full
sense, in a
circle
way.
moment. Absolutely.
Yeah.
Sorry, I have to place it.
Haha! It's not me. I'm not first to place, which means I'm losing, but I'm actually really happy about that.
He is no longer suffering from success. Alright, so Bloopy's going for the Nobility Classic, I guess. I don't know, what's he gonna
There's
do?
no reason not to put it.
Yeah,
No reason not to put it on the top region here.
that's true, because he's gonna
Just a matter of
marshal.
whether he wants castle or.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's gonna martial law.
The lane is gonna be poisoned, to be honest.
Okay, just kind of play it like every lane will be the worst. Okay, I see.
Yeah.
Smart.
It's always a dream to get a triple eliminate turn on Score of the Streets.
Oh my
That's not
god, that would be wild. I don't think we're gonna see it, but it would be amazing.
We are definitely seeing it. I think he definitely has his agent somewhere. He has School of this, and he has Oaking Spear, and he has his heir. So it definitely will happen this round.
Oh,
And it sets him up for buying Guerrilla Fighters for round 5 because he still has Endless Library. So he gets 3 eliminates off, he gets 3 lore. Then 1 journey with Endless Library gets him 5 lore.
Yeah.
There's
But
no
will he
time left
find
now
the
to pull it
targets
off.
to stab? I mean, I guess people don't have enough invulnerable to protect themselves everywhere,
so,
right?
yeah. Pro Life Simran getting stolen, I think it's more unlikely to happen.
Yep.
well, martial law.
I mean, if he gets 2, it's not terrible. If he hits with Black Powder Ploy,
Right.
gets another law for Guerrilla Fighters, so I think it's not too bad.
I think I'm just gonna put this Herald.
I would just...
If not, then it's definitely getting used at least once here.
No,
Oh,
it
right.
has the round symbol, right? So it can only be used once.
Yeah, so that means it would have to be used now and then
Lord of the Board is going for Harvest Field. That is very interesting.
that.
I
Yeah.
think for one, that's not where I would want to contest. Okay, he changes his mind.
Wilderness,
Wilderness
I think,
makes
is the
sense.
better play for sure.
Yeah, wouldn't this make sense here? Like it. And Munch should definitely try and steal. Well, I want to say steal from someone, but I think that's a bit dangerous because I think even with triple eliminate, he might not win the clashes.
Yeah, I think he just goes
So I
low.
would just go for.
Just go low and
I would
farm
go low.
a Herald bonus.
I would go low and probably resolve that last, so you know you can get your cards back with maybe Shrine or something.
I don't know. Well, you do risk someone booting you out of relics though, if you make that go last, which
That is true. That is true.
makes your Herald bonus a little less potent.
That's fair.
Spoiler here and be rude.
Sam thinks Uprising is playing spoiler, but I think they're aiming for the head. I think they could.
I think so. Yeah.
Let's go with
I think Lord should commit Ritual of the Tooth.
Yeah,
to the top region
Shrine. Shrine makes a ton of sense here.
here. Yeah. Let's just go Shrine. I think it makes a lot of sense.
Very
Ritual of the Tooth makes a lot of sense in the top region.
placement for everyone.
I think Munch's decision on where to resolve first is gonna really affect Skarn's plan here. See how it goes, because Skarn does have access to an additional flank with Showrunner Sleds, which is this flank card
Yep.
in the council because he has hidden lane.
And he's
So,
got
it
a
does
charge
matter
on
a
sea
lot.
lanes, which I'm sure will come out on the War Machine.
May not, just purely because he knows that the eliminate is some places. So I guess he might not swap in the
Yeah,
flankers
swap
because
in
he knows
the
every
Shorerunners,
area
because
is
that'll
gonna
just
be-
get shredded, no matter where it goes.
Yeah, so he might just swap in. Yeah, he might just swap in like an invulnerable 4, which he has in the airship docks right now.
With Chalamet as Bob Dylan.
Um,
Did a really good job. But now the music's in my head, so I apologize to everyone.
I guess that's the Hollywood fad right now, right? Music biopics.
Biopics? Yeah. Yeah.
Like it
it's a-
started
it's
with Queen,
I
right?
think if I were gathering,
Bohemian Rhapsody.
thinking one round ahead, or at least in the shoes of everybody else, might be really powerful to try and get an 11 to try and steal Prototype Simulacrum for the final round.
Yeah.
Because stealing Prototype Simulacrum for the final round gets you invulnerable air,
Yep.
which
And
can really
Signet.
which actually goes around Guerrilla Viters.
Mm-hmm.
Which
Yeah,
is
because
probably
it's
gonna
not a
happen.
printed effect. Yep.
That's one, and actually Guerrilla Fighters can't be affected by airs anyway.
That is true.
Well, Guerrilla Fighters doesn't affect air, so
Yeah.
it does get around and assassinate plus Guerrilla Fighters.
Hey!
What the?
You alright?
We're good.
I think every time I play this game,
At least once every
I lose, it's because I try to spread myself too thin. I get overly ambitious,
game.
overthink it, then just lose every region.
Yeah,
trying to win
you
multiple
gotta,
regions.
especially in a 4-player
then
game, you just gotta pick your niche and cruise. Especially if you're in a
Yeah.
position like Munch. Like, let the top dogs punch each other to death, hang out in a corner, farm your stuff, and then, then you know who you need to punch once you've amassed enough resources on your end.
Maybe.
I mean, as much I would just go for trying to win as much as possible here, or at least eliminating as much as possible.
Yeah.
I think every other player just wants to consistently win one region and then just get the Herald bonus and try and win off that way. Would be really close. I will point out an important fact is that Loopy has 2 faction markers on the Harvest Field, which he can set up to do a final Council of Secrets turn to get the Kingdom Saver if it ends up in a tie, which can be a really likely possibility given everyone is really close in terms of influence right now.
What's up?
Is that Munch has his heir and his agent most likely.
Right.
Yep, and he also has the.
He has Black Power.
Spear.
He can have deadly in every region.
He-
Yeah.
More than likely.
Spear too, right? Yeah.
But even then, he can put Black Powder Ploy down, and even if it doesn't hit anything, he can make it hit something.
Yep.
No, I think the text of Black Powder Play specifically says if it eliminates something in this way, like it's in
yeah. No, but like if you
Oh.
put Black Powder Ploy in a region where there isn't anything to eliminate.
Oh, and to proc streets. Yeah.
To what?
Okay.
I'm not sure I'm following.
I
like,
didn't
to
follow either,
streets
but I
up,
Black
guaranteed.
Powder Ploy is a partial deadly, but he can make it an ultimate
Right.
deadly.
Oh yeah, that's true. Okay, so I guess
I
that's
see what you're saying. I see what you're saying.
Yeah.
I mean, he doesn't even need to play Black Powder Ploy here. He can just place any card and give it full deadly anyway.
Four Lord is round.
I wouldn't necessarily risk keeping Oaking Spear around for one more round, even though it's guarded by 11. Another 11 can just steal it.
Yep.
So I wouldn't risk keeping it around.
Yeah, you can place your.
I mean, we know Skarn's 11 has been purchased. I bet you Maskmaker gets purchased too.
Yeah, I would go for Maskmaker as well, and I think Viceroy probably gets purchased at the end of this round as well. So
Yep.
yeah, 100%.
I'm
Very
gracious. Unless I lose to it, in that case.
Yeah, Bloopy goes for full commitment on the top region.
I have my rage moments
Yeah,
in
you-
previous rounds. So
Actually, as Lord of the Board, what I would really like to do here is not play any supporters and govern one
And
thing
then
into
just
counter
threaten
roles
School
by
of the
end
Stars
round.
anywhere on the last round.
Yeah, because you can put 2 supporters into both Plateau and Lowlands later.
Yep.
You know that top region's gonna get Martial Law anyway. So yeah, you just put 2 supporters in the Plateau and Lowlands and threaten School of the Stars in both regions.
somewhere, somehow, Nebuchadnezzar is just shedding a single tear at late game martial law.
I'll put 2 supporters here. 1 supporter down here. For what it's worth.
Yeah, lots of commitments on supporters here.
There, 1 there.
Grave mistake. Oh, I've made a grave mistake. Oh, it's a dire mistake. It's dire. I'm cooked. I'm so.
Lord of the Board is giving up before he's even lost. Sam, believe in yourself. Believe in yourself, Sam.
Why me? Well, that sucks. I've made mistakes. Everyone.
Made
Find out.
mistakes.
You'll
Yeah,
find
then-
out.
I think the reason he says that is because he put his rules in the top region.
Oh.
You should read that martial law exists there.
Yeah. We've watched Nebuchadnezzar suffer enough to know. To know by this point.
I strongly suspect that that's what happened there.
Well, maybe he can at least out beyond the lights to get some utility out of it still.
Oh, I don't even think you can do that, can you?
Yeah, you can. Because martial law only applies to the, like, current clash.
Oh, during the clash itself, yeah.
Yeah.
You can mute and kick out your kittens and other pets.
Oh, Lord of the Board is going for commit somewhere. I guess he's not looking to stars. He's not looking. He might be looking to stars this round. I don't really know how successful that's gonna be because we know Skarn has tons of
Come on.
Do it.
flank. So let's see.
Alright, I'll do it. Alright, I'll do it.
Alright, here comes School of the Streets, unsurprisingly.
That'd be
That would
really
be-
funny.
Yeah, I guess I don't have anything else. Yep. Clash markers.
I think it is 100% that we will see Skarn have fighters in the middle region. There's no way you would risk trying to flank into it. So I
Yep.
think it definitely ends up there.
This could be a poppin' round. Poppin' round.
I'd like to see what's in the discard pile for, or in the lost pile for gathering actually.
Good luck, everyone.
It's, they're 7, they're 4, and their, flank. They're... Alright, here's 2.
7, 4, and flank. Oh, that's really bad. Oh, that's not good.
What is this?
Alright, so Baron C is gonna get Old King's Spear, I assume, here.
Yeah, 100%. I think. Oh, that's not good. That's not good.
Oh man, yeah.
I think
Munch is about to
Skarn-
cook them.
Everyone leaves. I can't kill you.
Skarn ceilings that.
Yeah.
I don't know if I'm gonna use sea lanes on this because I know there's more deadly up.
Yeah, I mean, it's kind of a waste of sea lanes. Like, Saga's just gonna die no matter what.
It's so weird to have Ritual of the Tooth on the bottom row, I think.
Okay.
Continue.
Oh, I see. So this, interesting. That's not good. So you can use the spear, and there's nothing I can do to counter that.
I mean,
I mean, you can
I can put a shield on myself, right? Though, like that's what I was
Yeah.
thinking. Is
Yeah.
So that's interesting. So he could take the. Did you say he had a 4? 4
yeah,
normal
he has
in
a
there?
4, so he
Supporter?
could do it.
A
He'd have
follower?
to use Sword That Slept though.
Yeah, that's not ideal.
Yeah, that feels like kind of a waste.
It's really not ideal. It's a 3 supporter, okay.
I thought he had the 4.
He just doesn't get the lore.
No,
Just
I was wrong.
Manchester 11
Here's the
strength
3.
here. It's still sufficient. Is it sufficient? Yeah, it would be sufficient to win the region.
I'll burn
I
that.
mean,
6, 11. No, that will tie.
Out Beyond the Lights that later somewhere else. But if
Yeah, I definitely take Wandering Lost here. And
Yeah.
if you do want to commit, you take. You may not even need to commit to this region, right? So you could just take the 3,
Around.
and then just sword that slap later.
So do I just put it on or around
Yeah,
it?
just put it next to it. Like, yeah.
Yep.
I like to do it sideways like this. It's technically
Okay.
burned, but
Got
So Skarn has 17 strength. The middle region, if we assume riders.
Yep.
Well, that's fine.
Lord beat that. Probably not.
Can I kill anyone?
8, 10, 15.
He's not gonna use sword.
That's not-
Okay.
Not gonna-
So he's giving up this region.
So
Okay, so he's probably gonna pop sword to try to win top region. Out Beyond the Lights and sword that slept top region.
That's really rough. That is really rough.
One
I just-
lane.
okay, 1, 2, 3.
apes together, strong.
So they do deny
Run away.
Oh, it's
the influence and the lore from School of the Streets, which is pretty good, I think.
Yeah. Baron
That
C
doesn't try it,
tried.
makes sense.
He did his best.
Herald out with his government thing. Okay, got it.
Imagine Skarn puts riders here.
Here we go. It's 1.
Oh man, we have the Code Geass music coming in right as the revolution takes off. This is actually perfect.
Ooh, okay. I don't think I would move that flank up there.
I mean, it's
Because
guaranteed
it is going
dead.
to get eliminated. It's almost 100% the air. Doesn't even matter. Like, it's almost 100% the air.
just checking.
Oh, no, Lord of the Board can't even out beyond the light into the top region because of
Because of Marshall.
martial law.
Oh,
They will next round, which is fun.
yep.
I will.
Oh man, total tooth whip.
Good news is
that
you can
hurts.
retreat everything. And then I would have just consumed the 1 actually. I think he might have forgotten about that. Either you try to win that or you go with that, yeah. But
Yeah, sword. Yeah, use sword to just win.
And the other parts.
In that case, I will move 2 supporters up there then, just for extra firepower.
Alrighty.
And that is me.
yeah, so that's almost 100% riders.
Oh yeah. But black powder's still gonna hit.
Yes, that is
Yeah.
the Rhino, Lord Rhino.
Which actually does get him enough
Here,
or to steal by guerrilla fighters.
I hate this card, this thing so much. So silly. So nothing can happen basically in there. The only thing that could happen is you can move out of it.
Yeah.
Yep.
Got it.
But you can't even. Well, I guess you could retreat.
And it's
but-
not too bad if he has the rules there. It's still not too bad because he can just retreat the deploy and redeploy it again.
Yeah.
Okay. So here's the deal. Wait, your strength is 8 right now? Is it 3? 5? Okay, yeah, but you have an ambushed card in.
Yeah.
This guy will only kill. He's only killing crowns,
Oh lord, I hope he sees the
just crowns and chalices.
riders there.
Okay. Only crowns and chalices. Okay.
Oh, I
win
mean, it's
8?
not like he can ambush. He doesn't have any ambush. Because, I mean,
But he has
I,
one
if he
slept
could get
if he
I in
wants
there,
to.
although I gets, yeah, but he can't, he doesn't have any ambush. He can't get I in there.
Doesn't have the mask maker. Yeah, doesn't have the mask maker.
This is where Doran the Knight would be really nice. Because he could just plop I in there and take it.
I think mask would be really nice here because you can just School of the Stars the mask maker in.
You wait up here, and if it's not, then
That's why I would have bought mask maker first and then gotten Tooth later on.
Yeah.
The Riders is
I think he bought Tooth and didn't really do anything with it for quite a few turns actually.
Yeah, I guess that's like, you know, just thinking about optimal ordering. Like, you gotta pave the way for Tooth to be useful before picking it up, right?
Yeah, exactly.
you can't flank up here.
Oh, right. Yeah, okay.
It's because of the Marshall. Can I beat it out? I should probably use the sword that slept, though, like for real. Before it gets stolen or something. Man, this is just rough. I wish I had all of this the last round and not this round.
I'll say the stars, but I'm kind of covering against every captain you could put in. That's not an option.
Yeah, and Munch has his 11. Hidden Lanes isn't gonna do much here.
He already used Hidden Lanes.
It was
Yeah.
instead of the previous round.
That's right, yeah, to get the 4 in. Yeah.
I think Lord shouldn't try and commit to this.
I mean, there's nothing he can do. Riders is just gonna beat him.
Yeah.
No. If I would also not be saying anything until the.
Yeah,
It's like,
you have to follow your own intuition.
Yeah, I mean,
Something that's really funny.
I'm just gonna do this. I think I'm.
I'm pretty sure there's an air from Munch on the top region, so win the clash probably does, right?
Why am I thinking so heavily about this?
Well,
Sorry, what was that?
There's a world where I'm trying to think if
Yeah, I think
there's a world where Munch loses the top region.
I'm overthinking it, guys. I'm overthinking of it. I'm overthinking it. Okay, so
Probably not.
do 5. Yeah, okay, so here's what I'll do. I shall do this. I will
Oh no.
swap the position of 2 active cards.
Oh no. I hope this doesn't come back to bite him.
So now it's 8.
Why are you worried?
I think it's not gonna get
The sword that
You think it's just
The
a
result
waste
from it.
of
I think it's
resources?
just a waste.
I mean, does that get him there? 5 plus 5, 10, 13, 15. To clans. Yeah, clans will still beat him.
Clans is on 19.
Yeah.
that should I mean, you know, I could really just try and do a little more.
I mean, could he school the stars something in?
There's
He could
nothing
school
to
the stars of
in,
7 in, but
unfortunately.
black powder kills it.
Oh, it gets eliminated by Black Deploy.
Yeah.
No,
That's-
there's no reason to gamble here, I think. You just play everything for the final round.
Right? Yeah, I think that is a waste of resources, because there's no way that's not riders.
Staying like this.
Yeah. It's basically guaranteed that that's Riders.
I'll
I
just
think it would be insanity if that's not Riders.
go ahead, Skarn.
There you go.
ugh. You have no idea how puckered it was. Okay. You have no idea.
Skarn talking about eating sour candy.
Actually, what's funny is that this play prevents Skarn from flanking Riders to the top region.
I get one.
I mean, he couldn't have, no matter what. Martial law is active.
Then I get
One for him.
one for Harold. Okay.
But that doesn't apply because it only is during the first clash there this round, right?
I'm gonna eliminate this. That's gonna get me
But that is a
a lore from
wording.
and an influence and a lore.
Wait, I thought martial law prevented you from flanking cards in.
Yes, I'm choosing the lore.
I think it's supposed to, but now that I'm reading the card and it reads during the first clash there this round, technically speaking, that is technically
Eerie
speaking,
Idol
that is not
design
during the first
team.
clash there yet.
I know the game is
Okay,
being
we
printed.
need to have a chat about this.
Well, it's spooky.
We need to have a chat about this one.
Uh-oh.
I think that was not the intention.
My big mistake because
I'm looking at it now.
martial law could only go where a
Yeah.
this card was.
I think unfortunately that actually knocks Gathering out of contention for this game.
So stupid.
What'd you say?
I think unfortunately that knocks Gathering out of contention for this game.
Yeah. They just unfortunately burnt all their juice on something that I just don't think it was possible to win.
Yeah.
I mean, that was the thing with Gathering, was like, it's so tempting to use your little tricks, but sometimes you just gotta take it on the chin, you know?
Retreat.
Way.
I can take this guy with me, right?
Yeah, you can take any active card in the region you retreat from back.
Actually, I think Bloopy choosing to move his
There's no reason.
tank to the top region actually cost him quite a bit there. Well, it didn't cost him anything, but it actually gives.
Yeah, it gives a
Munch.
target for Munch to hit.
Yeah, and actually, it would have missed actually. If he
Yeah,
kept
it would have
his
completely
tank
missed.
there. There was no reason to move it up there.
Oh, man.
Because we know that it had to be his air in the top region.
Yeah. That is a great point. That is... Oh, this is the ideal turn for Uprising.
You know what's really funny? Is that actually
Okay, I'm gonna go ahead.
Lord could have won the top region, or at least tied for the top region. Because he can put school. He could have left this 5 there and use school of this. Yeah, no, sorry, not school. Sword that slept in that region to tie with Munch actually.
Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah,
That's,
it could have happened actually.
yeah, I'll just do.
That would have been rough. That lots of things could have gone really awry there actually for everybody. I think at the end of the day, this really worked out for clans because Gathering now has really expended lots of resources, and I don't really see how they have a way back into this game because they've already burned resources to get nothing on a gamble. And I think Nobility really got messed with this round.
Yeah, the fact that Nobility didn't take this top region is rough for them.
Yeah.
Boot you out of here.
Okay, it goes to my hand.
Oh shoot. Oh well.
Like all things in life.
I think now it's really between Uprising and clans,
Yep.
if you ask me.
I agree. Fully agree 100%.
That's that. Let's go to Autumn.
Clans was able to weather the storm, you know, so to speak. And retain some of their resources. I mean, what do they have left? They've just got sea lanes. Yeah, most tactics have been burnt at this point.
This.
Yeah, so I guess we'll see Gilded Wall stay out. Maybe Bloopy can govern into Oaths to get some of these things back. Although yeah. It would be nice if he
I
could.
think he has high court. I think he has high court, so actually that's possible.
Yeah. Or he could go into Secrets. Try to get Harvest
Doesn't
Field
have high
off.
court, that's rough. Yeah, that's
Yeah.
rough. He doesn't have high court, so he definitely needs to try and win the top region. I don't really know how it's happening, but could be possible. Good news is Skarn will not have Sword Toughness for this round because he did blow it in the previous round.
Yep, that would be
So we know that
horrifying.
Riders isn't gonna get
To Salt Toughness all
Yeah, that
those
would be
back.
horrifying, yeah. Yeah. If you Sword Toughness the entire board back, I'm pretty sure it's definitely Clan's game. But yeah, in this case, not really.
Right.
So could still be anyone's game. Really close between Uprising and Clans here.
Right.
Especially with Uprising poised to pick up GF for the final round.
Triggers.
You don't really want to match Guerrilla Fighters into Riders anyway, so that still works out fine. I think the worst part for Lord here is that
Riders of the
matches, Guerrilla Fighters is really a big counter to I, so
Really smart. Fuck.
And I guess
Oh, he's journeying. Oh, he used airship docks. Oh my god. Yo, that was a great play.
I missed that. What did he do?
So
he journeyed with,
he got his agent into Secrets, which he used to proc Wilderness. to journey with
Journey
riders,
to Riders.
which
Okay.
because of airship docks goes back into his deck, which he'll now draw for the final round.
That's really good. I didn't notice he had two
Great
counters still in Wilderness.
air at the end.
Oh, man. Airship docks is doing work this game. I'm going to keep my eye on that card in the future.
I'm buying Wandering Embassy. 'Cause why not?
Embassy.
It is truly airship
that's
stonks.
It's a okay in hand to enter final round with as any, I guess.
Okay. I'm faced with once again some very interesting decisions. Firstly, let us do Journey. And then I'm going to buy the Mask Maker.
Yep. We see the Mask Maker pickup. Makes a lot of sense.
I think I'm going.
I think he has to govern into Osea. Otherwise, he's not going to be able to use School of the Stars.
Yeah.
Okay, so does it with his air.
I can just
Yep.
govern that, and then I can use that immediately. So just take one of these back.
So he does at least have 2 for a School of the Stars activation last round.
Might as well have done it. Oh well.
Oh man.
We all make mistakes. This is the one that caused me to lose the game.
So have it in your pockets.
I think that's it. It's just autumn stuff. I don't really have much more autumn stuff. Okay. Yeah, that's it for that round.
Yep.
All right.
Oh wait. Sorry. Just
no worries,
just
go ahead.
passed. I have a deploy.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah.
I almost forgot. I'm putting it here. Yeah. Okay. Cool. Now I'm good. Thank you for putting the influence on it.
Right. I'm gonna remember to grab my air.
Proud of you, Munch. Good job.
No, I'll deploy here. Next,
5 law, right? He just needs to journey with
journey my air
any card. Yeah,
Yep.
and that picks up.
from this library.
Let's
Buy Guerrilla Fighter.
There
The
you
Lord of the
go.
Board does have an interesting out here, where
To grab Propaganda Advice.
because he's going to be last on.
Dump Endless.
Oh, never mind. He's not going to be. Well,
That goes to my
Wow,
hand.
this is.
Yep.
could be last on an order, and
Ugh.
use the Maskmaker to steal Old King's Spear.
I was gonna lose steam. I knew it.
Grab all my
Oh, and of course, Old King's shield flops up onto the New Kingdom card row,
Mhm.
which completely counters anything I talked about Uprising there. So this will be very interesting to see. I've actually lost track of where Storyteller is. Does
You got one
Lauren actually have access to it?
Take the card out, that's supposed to.
I mean, I feel like, well, let's just look. Is it in his discard? No, because he airship doxed it, so he must have it. He must
Does
have it.
in his deck or in hand, right?
Yeah. If he doesn't have it, he's
It's
gonna
funny
draw
because
it.
he has. It's fair, yeah. It's funny because he has Mysterious Benefactor, but he still has Sense.
He never needed it.
He hasn't actually triggered it. Yeah, he hasn't actually triggered it.
Oh, I see.
Yeah, so Skarn actually is in a very strong position going to this final round. He has like
I'll discard Mysterious Benefactor instead.
That's basically
So I get to draw one more card from the top.
all the power cards here.
Yep. Did he manage to get... Yeah, he definitely has riders. He's got his 11. We're going to see some big
one of the
slugs.
other
Big
players needs to
swings.
steal- I think hidden lanes needs to be stolen here because otherwise Skarn has access to hidden lanes with Nixon Knife.
Yeah. Oh my god, yeah. You're so right. I wonder if people think to police that. Because I feel like people are probably drooling over Prototype Sim right now.
There's lots of things to drool over, I think. Prototype Tenacrum definitely is invulnerable, but I think you would rather just take King's Shield. It's invulnerable because that one's universal rather than just your arrow. Yeah, lots of couple of options here.
Jaffles. Jaffles. Can you make copies of each of these? And then put them up here so that Munch can essentially toy.
Ah, I see.
You can also just move those around.
Trying to make copies. It's not doing it.
Done. Yeah, it does.
Okay.
Am I doing Tabletop Simulator wrong here? Why is it not copying?
I'm thinking more about like a visual game. Oh well, we'll see what happens.
I'm gonna put.
I think it's fine. They can arrange it.
Yeah, I think it might break some of the scripting, but it's the last round, so.
Really? I'm really surprised you put Gathering first. Because I think Gathering is not really in it anymore.
Yeah, Gathering doesn't need to be policed. Put Skarn first for sure.
Yeah, I would put Skarn first for sure. Because I think that's his greatest competition.
I don't know either. I do know that I don't like it.
I 100% think that
Really good.
ends his Uprising's competition here.
He's thinking about bidding.
But Skarn also has his 11. I'm pretty sure he's Storyteller in head.
Yeah, so that's actually makes going first worse if you're using an 11. Yeah, Nev, honestly, no. I don't think so. Nev's asking how well Lord of the Board is set up right now. I mean, he has School of the Stars. He has the Eye. And he has a Deploy.
It's always Herald first, and
But he's not going to be able to farm Signet because Oaths. Although, if he takes Hidden Lanes, that could be good. Yeah, I don't think my money's on Gathering, is what I'll say. I think my money is currently on Clans.
I think so.
Guerrilla Fighters, does it also annul things that you add from Kingdom cards and stuff? Or is there
No.
a limitation?
it only annuls printed effects.
It's not awkward that Guerrilla Fighters comes out now because O King's Shield comes out and there is still O King's Spear. So it's such an awkward thing because you only nullify printed effects as Skarn has pointed out.
Yep.
Gosh dang it, y'all. These choices.
I know. If the Eye can manage to avoid Guerrilla Fighters...
Just do what I must. I don't
I think Guerrilla Fighters will just go on to the bottom region
figure myself out here.
because you know that most likely Lord of War is not putting Eye there.
Good luck, everyone.
So, well, no, I guess no. Yeah, no, then you wouldn't put it there. Yeah, so Skarn bits 11. I think steals O King's Spear
Kick out airship.
and replaces airship docks. Takes
Yeah.
the air back in hand. Can choose Prototype Simulacrum as well, but I think he just takes Spear here.
Yep, there you
Yeah.
go. And he's got Hidden Lanes, so he can just put that 11 in as needed. That's scary.
Yeah.
That is horrifying.
I think Munch needs to take Mixing Knife here.
God.
Sorry, he needs to take Hidden Lanes here.
Yeah, Hidden Lanes needs to be taken away from Skarn, or he will win.
Nothing else matters here.
Get your air back.
Can take Remote Bothy for 1 extra influence,
Yeah,
possibly.
it's true.
I think Hidden Lanes just gets you too much free reign with Mixing Knife and the 11.
No, I mean, Skarn's got an
on to,
insane setup right now with Hidden. Oh my.
No, I think that's not correct here.
Yeah.
Like Munch taking Romeo Morpheus here. I think that's not correct.
Well, we'll see if someone
Because
polices
Hidden
Skarn.
Lanes now has access.
Is anyone gonna police Hidden
Nobody
Lanes?
does. No, nobody did.
Ah,
It
I'm
gives
telling you
access
guys,
to-
Hidden
to
Lanes is
Storyteller.
so good. It's such a good card.
Yep, for placing Herald. Oh, why? Munch!
Lord of the Board's having an emotional meltdown.
Why?
He's having a like streetcar named Desire moment.
He's going to battlefield. If you want to fight him, he's going to battlefield.
Yeah. I don't really want to. But you know, it's for the cookies, right? We gotta try, right?
I'm happy to try.
Oh no, I definitely wouldn't put it there.
Swing, right? You
I
know?
would just put it in the bottom region where you already have a deploy.
Got as well.
Yeah, so then it's clans.
Yeah, I'll do that. It's dangerous though, I feel like. I feel like I'm being a little
Do you have
crazy.
Picture of the Tooth in hand? Probably does. Oh, he has 2 cards in his draw pile.
Pablo's
That's rough.
having the Walter White screaming in the car moment.
Don't do it. Do you remember what will happen if you do this?
Yeah, and Skarn knows that he has
A lot of strength to bear.
a way to win that region, so
There are
I mean, I exists. I exists.
that's true. I'm really no. The problem with I is that Skarn has Hidden Lanes. Still.
Oh, he'll just nix it.
That's the
Yeah.
problem.
Why did
Yeah.
nobody police
It's the
Hidden
problem.
Lanes? Why?
Well, I mean, you just think about it. You know, if anyone's gonna win the bet,
Skarn just leaves there. That's interesting.
I'm at 6. So.
I think he might have jitters. He's playing a little safer.
So the next person is me. Placed here. And then it is Munch.
I guess Skarn's just a bit afraid that
Yeah.
Munch would also go into battlefield if he has a plan to win that clash.
Yeah, and screw things up.
Actually steal from both of them and then just win. Yeah.
Munch! Bro!
I have a feeling that Skarn is gonna pop up there anyway.
Yeah, that's true.
you decide
I mean, that's
that.
kind of up to you. Yeah.
That's up to you, Munch.
Yeah, it is up to me. Sure.
I don't know my own
Oh
power.
shit! Forgot that is completely up to me. Good thing I
Yeah.
didn't. Let's.
Everyone's happy with placement? Or?
You should switch your placement, Munch, because remember, like, we shouldn't be hurting each other. We're the insurgents here.
We're having a little root table talk.
Unless I do that one last. No, unless I do this one first, then he has to either stay here or move out.
Yeah.
I think I just do this.
Okay. So then we all place, and now we place our cards.
Yeah, I think you hit enter, Bloopy. And that's kind of
Are you telling me that
I
you're...
wonder if Nobility has a way back into this game.
your card.
I don't know if they do.
Yeah, but that's based on the whatever. We
It's really tough being at 7
place cards now.
at this stage.
Okay. Munch, 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 munch.
Yeah, I mean, he can marshal the top region, so he could probably win,
My very first turn.
3 points. But I don't know that he can crack 10.
That's great.
Yeah, probably not.
My arch nemesis.
Does he have anything in relics? He does have relics, right?
He does,
So this
yeah.
is something in relics.
Yeah.
That's what it's all about.
That does get him 3. I don't really think it's enough unless he wins another region, and I'm not even sure if he can win one region.
Yeah.
What
I
does he have left?
unfortunately think that round where Munch, where he didn't use Sword That Slept and Munch was able to take that top region, kind of hobbled all
Yeah.
of his
I think
momentum.
so.
take a break. Be right back.
Alrighty.
I definitely agree with that. There's just a slight misunderstanding of the rule that exists,
Yeah.
not from playing for a while.
And yeah, because I mean, he was
Definitely
well set
possible.
up to like start popping Harvest Field and just hogging the favor to himself, which is when nobility I feel like really starts to bully. Is when they can just have Regal guard like every round.
Yeah. Yeah, and I think nobility just simply not having any really good cards to win clashes on, and no other reliable source of getting a hit really hurts him. Like, not being able to win both times with School of the Stones really does hurt them a lot.
Yeah, they
Because
need
they really
those.
need they don't really have the cards to contest in strength.
Here, got it.
Yeah.
So it really does mess with them.
Okay.
At the same time, I'm not really sure why a lot of the board took Clockwork Messengers.
Just don't know where you're gonna be putting that.
Oh, I guess he's just using Clockwork Messengers to take Petrichor back into his hand so that he can ambush it in.
Mm-hmm. Alright, I get a
I'm
signet
not sure that's
proc.
enough, actually. Yeah, I'm not sure that's enough.
I still think he would have been better off just taking Hidden Lanes, because Hidden Lanes accomplishes the same thing.
Yeah. I think
With
the problem
more
here is that
flexibility.
Clans... Yeah. I think if Uprising wanted to try and prevent clans from getting as much wins as possible, you would probably resolve the middle region, the bottom region first.
Yeah.
It's really awkward because clans still have sea lanes, and I think it's really dangerous that Prophet of the Waves. Well, actually, you resolve the middle region first. Because I think if you resolve Lowlands first, he has a chance to flank into the middle region and then Prophet of the Waves into the middle region as well. And that, I'm pretty
Exactly.
sure will
You
beat Munch
need to stop the
no matter what
double
he
dip,
has because of-
which means
not even
resolving
double
low
dip,
region
because-
last. Right?
I think Skarn can lose in the Lowlands. It's possible. There's a war where he loses in the Lowlands. And if that happens, most likely what Skarn does is he flanks the card from the Lowlands into the plateau. So Munch has to resolve plateau first to avoid Skarn moving that steal anything and getting extra strength on the card that's there.
I guess so, yeah.
Yeah.
Everyone's ready.
The problem is whether Munch has the ability to gain
It's gathering.
11, more than 11 invulnerable strength, because Skarn can simply
Or a
open
stab.
spear whatever's in the region.
Yeah.
Because Skarn definitely has invulnerable in sort of the middle region, and he could also have deadly in that region as well. So
No.
it's really hard to tell.
Actually, you know what? It's fine. Whatever. Oh, this is just tough, man. I should have tried to take advantage of this, but I'm actually not going to do it. I don't think. I can't do it. I can't do, dudes. I can't do. My brain is burning. Burning!
That's the gathering experience in a nutshell.
I missed the uprising.
Munch, a question about Guerrilla Fighters. Does it block out Archetype? It does, okay, yeah.
I putting out those two, and then now I'm also just going to use the restroom again really quick for this final area here. But I'm done with my turn.
Okay,
Yeah.
into plans.
Can't do anything.
Then it is me.
Yeah, so let's see how this goes. Skarn has a lot of tools for this particular round. So yeah,
I
I
think
guess
this
the one
is,
awkward part is that Nixon Knife.
I think this is Skarn's
Huh?
game to lose.
Yeah, 100%.
I'm gonna use the simulacrum to use spine network.
Right.
Ooh, okay, we have a Spinal coming out here. That actually does let him swap Occupying card, right? So you can swap Titus into... Yeah, you can swap Titus into a region now.
That is true.
And give it invulnerable using Oaking's Shield. So that's pretty good, actually.
Yeah.
Interesting.
Yeah, that's pretty good. Did you check the bottom region?
Looked like it. Yep.
Okay, that's interesting. Must be really confident in top region then, if he's checking the bottom region.
I mean, he might already be allocating shield for top region. I don't know.
Maybe, yeah.
And that's why he's confident.
Think about this one. I mean, I imagine that Titus is getting swapped in somewhere. Because he can actually swap in...
Yeah.
He can make the swap not in the region that he acts with Spy Network. That is a thing you can do.
I believe so.
Yep.
You may swap one of your face down cards in any region. Yep.
Dirty devilry happened while I was away. Munch! What is this?
Nothing surprising there, I think.
I'm gonna gain one from this.
Yep.
That's the strong point about just simply having tons of supporters then.
Yep.
You know what I mean?
A V for Vendetta.
Yeah, it's nothing really personal, Sam. It's just more like kicking the player that's down already. It's easier. Probably he was the easiest player to bully based on the fact that he already blew a lot of resources in the previous round.
I mean, he didn't
But
do
it's the
himself
easiest
any
person to
favors
do
by
from.
putting himself out on battlefield. Like,
Yeah.
that's just kind of slathering yourself in
And-
chum at a certain
yeah,
point.
This is definitely a mistake from Munchia. Zombing the bottom region first is a mistake.
Oh, Gorilla?
Okay. Oh, that's not bad. Okay, so Gorilla Fighter prevents...
Yeah,
Riders
Gorilla
from flanking,
hits
so that's pretty good.
Riders. Wow. Okay.
Prevents Riders from flanking, so that's actually really important.
Yep.
I think Munch has this eliminate potentially.
So it's just,
Oh.
But Agent... No, the Agent is blanked.
The problem is he could give Oaking Spear or he could use Oaking Spear to give Riders eliminate.
Right.
that's not too-
Oh, Bloopy... So Bloopy did not put Titus in. To that bottom region. Despite knowing Gorilla was there. Why didn't he put Titus in there? He knew Gorilla Fighters was here.
Luffy is actually standing really.
It will get eliminated, I think.
Got it.
that's
No,
not
the
bad.
Agent would be
He could have put
blanked.
Titus there. It's true.
Yeah, no, putting Titus here would have won it for him.
Have the little.
If Munch doesn't have his Agent, then it doesn't because Skarn's Rider still remains there.
So.
The 11 still stays there.
That is true, the
Munch
strength.
has to have a eliminate.
Yeah.
Munch has to have an eliminate here.
You most likely have an agent in your hand because we didn't see it last round.
I imagine he would have the Agent, yeah. I agree with that.
Still not winning the region, most likely. No, because this survives, and if you bring in a 5, you're at 10, so you win the region. Yeah. So. Yeah. And
I would.
I think the last thing I'll do is give Bloopy the victory. Because he's clearly king-making here.
I think that
Yeah.
Like,
Oaking Spear can come out here. So let's think. So if you use the Oaking Spear here, both the cards that Munch brings in will get eliminated.
That's a good point.
Everything will get eliminated.
Yeah.
And then we'll enter a tie.
most likely with
I
a
think that Skarn beats that tie.
I mean, he's
More
got the
cards in
most
hand,
resources.
And he does have... and he has hidden lanes. So
Yeah. Yeah,
would
so he could put
use-
anything
I
down.
think I would use... Yeah.
Without.
Yeah, that's what he should
I
have.
think I would use Spear here actually.
Yeah,
Would use
totally
Spear here.
agree.
Am I missing something? Probably not. No, he can actually give... Wait.
Let-
He can't use C-lanes onto Riders. That's funny.
It came down to how I debated some things. Well, so it's how the cookie crumbles.
Munch pass.
Can't give.
Does the Skarn pass? I would use Spear here to force the tie.
Yeah.
I'm missing something. Let's see.
On the shin.
All right, he's not doing it.
Yes. No. But if he does give the invulnerable, Munch could put in follower. You know, that doesn't work either.
No,
Because
I
then
mean,
the
it doesn't
11
matter.
I think Skarn sees it.
Oh, it
Skarn sees it. Skarn sees it.
doesn't have flank because it's blanked. It's blanked. Never
No.
mind.
Oh my, he doesn't see it.
Yeah.
Oh well. Oh well.
He doesn't see it. No. I thought he saw it, but he didn't. I don't know if I'm missing something or not. Maybe I'm crazy.
No, I don't think you're missing anything. I just... Maybe he doesn't see it. Or doesn't want to... I don't know.
Yeah, because I think it's unlikely that Skarn wins in the middle region. So if he commits here, he actually gains 2 influence to actually go up.
Yep.
Yeah, so that definitely has to be an Asian.
Murder She Wrote.
Nothing unexpected there. So Munch gains one influence here. I don't know
Yep.
if Skarn
And
beats the middle region.
denies a lot of stuff from Skarn.
Actually, maybe it's important that Skarn wins the middle region instead, because then he prevents Munch from stealing from Lord of the board.
And getting a Herald
Not sure
bonus.
if-
Yeah.
Yeah, but I'm not sure if Skarn can win the middle region even with all the resources he has.
Even with profit.
Unless that is a ruse.
Oh,
yeah,
man.
even with profit. Like,
If the eye comes in.
oh no, oh, maybe that's interesting.
I mean, I think we see the eye
We
come
are
in.
interestingly in the same scenario. Might, yeah. It's interesting. Actually, I would not.
I debated it.
I would give it to Lord. If Lord of the board ambush in the eye,
I wish blue.
Skarn, I would not give it that deadly, because then board would win.
Yep. And
He
that's
could
fine.
steal from Munch.
Yep.
You're really happy with the outcome, actually.
Yeah.
You've given him influence.
No, but I was.
And what's funny about this is that Lord can still win that, having the same scenario that Nyx was in.
What?
He can
Yep.
use School of the Star to replace his 2 supporters with a traitor.
Yep. Not that it's gonna matter, but he could.
Wouldn't matter to the kingmaking between Uprising and clans, because then Uprising would be stolen from.
Do this.
Yes. Yes.
So I'm going to, I think, ambush here.
We might, if that actually happens, we go down to a tiebreaker.
With Kingdom's Favor, which
A
Skarn
turn
has.
order.
No, Skarn has
because
Kingdom's
Luffy's
Favor.
gonna take the Kingdom's Favor.
Piled.
Oh,
No, he'll
wait,
take
Luffy has no high
Battlefield.
court. Okay, never mind.
Yeah, he'll take Battlefield.
Oh yeah, here. But Lord will win. Okay. And Lord will win, right? That puts him up to 10 actually. The Skarn? Okay.
What is happening? What is happening?
Wait. Skarn give.
You're done.
The thing is, Skarn can't give Deadly. If he gives Deadly to the air, then Uprising wins.
Yep.
It's definitely a loss for clans. If he doesn't give Deadly, and that's the eye, Gathering wins and steals 1 from Uprising. Gathering goes to 10, so that we have Uprising, clans, and Gathering all at 10.
Yep.
This is a crazy game, actually. Nobility, if he wins the top region, gets to 10.
4-way tie, and
Wait.
then Skarn wins.
Oh, no. Yeah, wait, what? No, and then Gathering wins, because Gathering has... No. Yeah, and then Skarn wins because of Kingdom's Favor.
Yeah, Skarn's got the favor.
Oh, no, yeah, this happens, yeah.
Since I'm about to lose either way,
Oh, yeah, so now they tie, yeah.
do I move my favor up there or no?
Yeah, Skarn,
Is
now
the
Skarn ties.
eye 3 strength?
It's 3.
Yeah.
It's 3, yeah.
I do not move my favor up there.
Oh, that's interesting. Okay.
I'm
Probably would have moved.
this guy retreat.
Oh, right. I forgot about that.
This comes back to me.
Yeah,
Oh,
I
he
forgot
can go
about
down to
that.
1.
Safe house is still active. Yeah. Safe house is still active. I forgot about that.
Oh man, yeah.
Yeah. So definitely Uprising wins now. Yeah. 100%.
Safe houses.
Yeah, he can retreat.
Oh wow. Munch has got all the angles covered. Good for him.
That's really smart. Yeah. I completely forgot about that as well.
Knight now.
Yeah. guys.
If that was not
So much wins.
Oh, if
would've
that
been
was not
amazing.
that actually would have been like
that would have been
40 chess right there. That would have been hilarious. Oh my god, that would have been
Yeah, that would have been actually.
that would have
amazing.
been a riot. Oh my god, I would have lost my shit.
That would have been so funny, actually.
And then I also get 2 for Battlefield.
That would have been actually the play of the century.
Yeah, seriously,
Because
that.
then the eye will be on the top region.
Yeah. Oh my god.
That would have been amazing. That would have actually been amazing.
I'm just laughing.
If that was 11, that would have been so funny.
I'm thinking about
If that
how
was 11,
funny that would
so
have
funny.
been.
Oh my god. I think he would have won, actually.
He would have won the game for sure.
He would have won, actually. He would have won. Because he gets 4. He goes up to
Oh
10,
man, this game is
and he
ridiculous.
actually
I
wins
love
the top
it.
region as well to get 1.
I mean, does he still have
Oh, okay.
Out Beyond the Lights? No, he doesn't, right?
He doesn't.
Man.
Oh, if he pulled that off, that would have been the read of the century. Wait, no, Skarn still has that, so yeah. Also has that, so yeah. So Skarn wouldn't have allowed that to happen anyway.
I mean, at this point, Relaxa, I don't think Munch needs to win this top region. He's got enough of a lead at
doesn't
this
matter,
point
yeah.
that I don't think anyone can contest it.
And Munch winning both
Oh,
regions in this final round was enough to seal the deal.
Wow, that was almost the funniest thing.
That would have been amazing, actually. That would have been truly amazing.
plays my cards differently and actions by other players. That's how it is.
That's the game, right?
If I made this deadly, he would have just stayed anyway. So it's just
Exactly.
Munch won Plateau because Ritual of the Eye makes the lowest strength win, and he retreated everything except his 1 strength follower, so he was at the lowest strength.
The one pivotal thing earlier was that I made sure that Skarn didn't get back any supporters, so he couldn't do the same thing I just did. In time.
Yeah, I think with that, that's it. And I think we have our champion.
Wow.
That is still resolving the last clash, but I think that should be. Oh wait. Oh yeah.
Back to my hands.
That is a invulnerable, yeah.
And
Oh yeah, he cooked. Completely agree.
That's 3, yeah.
Although he almost got cooked. I mean, if Lord of the Board had done the funniest thing and like bluffed I but played something else.
That would have been really funny, yeah.
This dice.
It would have been really funny.
this one.
This card, yeah.
The one that.
Sorry. I was looking at the one. Yeah. So I win this one. So I gain 2. And then 1 more. But
Oh, that would have been.
That would have
Amazing
actually
to
been the
watch,
funniest
actually.
thing ever.
Yeah, that would have been really funny.
You know, at least in the middle of the game, we were all close.
can someone exchange? I'm running out of ones. Oh wait, there is one here.
Yeah, so I think that is the final score. So we have Uprising on 15, Nobility on 10, Clans on 10, and Gathering on 5.
It has.
That's a classic Mr. Munch win. Just chill, bide your time, set up your big turn, and what are you gonna do?
I think it definitely could have gone many different ways depending on what players were doing.
Yeah, I think if
yeah,
Skarn
there's quite a
had
different thing.
speared in the bottom region and denied that from Munch, that would have gone a long way as well.
I don't think. Yeah, I think I wasn't missing anything there.
No, you
You?
weren't. I just don't think he thought of it, unfortunately.
Uprising would have been on 14,
That's
and Clans would have gotten 2.
That was really.
So, yeah,
Yeah.
12. So that's still not enough, actually.
It would have been a little tighter. Yeah.
Oh yeah, sure.
That would have been a little tighter.
I have no ways of getting influence.
Me neither.
Oh yeah, Munch was trailing all the way up into round 4, where he murdered the shit out of everything and then had enough resources to clinch the win.
I thought I could.
That's Uprising. That's just textbook Uprising.
I think the important part was that the pivot turn of round 4, where Munch could have pivoted and did.
Yep.
And I think actually just really small things did matter. For example, Nobility choosing to flank the
That is a
into the top
great
region,
point.
despite
Yeah, that
knowing that there was an
flank.
error. Yeah, everything built into that actually, and actually that one difference gave Munch Guerrilla Fighters because he did in fact miss on the bottom region,
Good game.
and yeah, that would have made a big difference actually.
Yeah, I've been there.
All right, shall we go join our players and congratulate our winner?
Absolutely, yeah.
I would have had like 4 more points.
Yeah,
That
it would have
round.
been different. That was the main difference.
Yeah, and I would have had my 2 up here. That like it would have enabled.
Congratulations to our winner. Congratulations, Mr. Munch. Well played. Oh my god, Lord of the Board, you had the opportunity to do the funniest thing ever though. I just want to tell you, if this hadn't been and everyone runs away and then this flips over, it's your 11 and you eyed up here, you could have won the game.
Yep, yeah. That would have been amazing. I was thinking about it so much, but I thought the spear would have killed the eye, right?
Yeah, I
The spare
mean,
would have-
yes and no, right? It would have killed it, so.
Because I was thinking the spear was definitely going to come up here, so that's why I didn't do it originally. But
My
yeah,
read of the
no,
situation-
I definitely was like struggling towards the whole second half of the game. My brain was falling apart, and I was like, "Oh god, it's just all going downhill now."
I mean, Gathering is a tough faction. But you all played really well. That was like such a good game.
It was pretty neck and neck. I mean, I think in this last round, I didn't really have a chance of winning. But
Yeah, Bloopy, I felt really bad about that time you couldn't use sword that slept. With that just like minor rules misunderstanding.
it's been explained before. It always messes me up somehow that you can't do that in the second.
Yeah, with an ambushed card. Yeah, because you could do that in the second clash. You can't do it with an ambushed card.
Okay, yeah, I think that's the distinction that actually pisses me off a little bit. Okay, okay.
I do want to make a public apology to Nev, my root brother in Christ. I'm sorry that I failed us. I tried so hard, but I made it this far. All right, that's all I have to say.
Nev is mostly posting the angry petrichor emote in the chat right now.
Of course he is. I'm so sorry I failed you, brother. I tried.
God, I'm sorry if you feel it was king mating in
No.
the bottom, but once I looked at it, I was like,
Yeah, I was curious why you decided not to put Titus down here. Because you had the opportunity to, right?
yeah, because like it would just have given it away to Skarn.
Yeah. So,
So Scar,
Like-
here's a question: why didn't you use O King Spear on the bottom region?
me?
Yeah,
Because he brought in the agent anyways, so...
yeah, but then you would
everything
tie.
No, I wouldn't, because then Bloopy would have... Because Bloopy's after me. If I use Spare first, he would make this invulnerable. And
Gotcha. That makes
Oh, with shield. Okay. Yeah.
that makes
maybe I
sense,
should have given it to Bloopy, or no, maybe, but then, I don't know.
There's
I mean,
a
you
lot of
had no-
sequences that was.
My big mistake was this was here originally, and then all this table talk about Munch controlling the stuff made me
Mhm.
second guess. So it's just, it happens.
Mm.
At least I got second place because I have the favor.
Yeah, fair. All I wanted was to win the top. That's all I thought I could do in the last round, and I to get the last points.
My options the last round, right in round 4, was I could get the because Bloopy kicked me out from here, and that made it so that I had to put this back up here to get my riders back.
Yeah, that was a great play. You made really good use of airship docks this game.
If this had been allowed to stay up here, if Luffy hadn't... No, sorry, it was Munch who kicked me out. Yeah, Munch again kicked me out from here.
Munch.
No,
Munch kicked me
I-
out from here so I could get supporters back, yeah. And I've kind of felt obligated to put this back in here so I could get riders back. So that's how the cookie crumbles. Maybe there should have been more policing over here, but I don't know what.
The other key thing was because Bloopy flanked his cavalry up here. Munch wouldn't have actually landed a shot with his air in round 4 if the cavalry hadn't been sitting up there, and that would have denied him lore, which I'd have to go back and look, but I think might have denied him guerrilla fighters.
I was like 95% sure he had his hair there, but in the off chance it wasn't, then
No, that's no
Even-
way. Impossible. It's almost like 0% because before you risk putting an agent there compared to the air, it's almost impossible.
yeah. But at that point, it was like I thought I was losing it anyway. But just Hail Mary, it was looking like shit at that point anyway. So
Well, at least
Trying
the
to-
best faction won.
Dude, Uprising's win rate in this tournament was pretty crazy. They won half the games.
I
That's a
think
lot.
I think the end came when this came out and he could snatch it.
Yeah.
That
It's-
just gave him
it's-
so much power.
Mm-hmm.
There are some cards that are just way better on Cove than they are in other situations.
You know,
Yeah, that's fair.
I,
Yeah,
There
but that was really nice to
yeah,
watch. Really well played.
yeah.
When the eye came out, I could have taken the eye, and I decided not to. I took the Buried Palace, and I thought in the bidding round, I thought you guys were gonna make me eat the eye because I was gonna go last,
Yeah.
and there were 4 cards that were pretty good, so I thought I was gonna have to take the eye, and that would have been bad.
I think there were lots of sequences there that could have gone very differently, and the game actually completely flips on its head.
Yeah.
Like, there was really a lot of things that could have been different there.
I realize now I should have taken New Haven's Harbor.
Oh yeah, 100%.
Yeah.
I'm not even sure why you took Embassy, to be honest.
Because I was
I guess you
hoping.
might want to flank into relics and then win with that.
Well,
but-
I didn't look up here, so I didn't see that this was
Yeah,
out.
the propaganda advisor. Yeah, exactly. Yeah.
So I was betting on gathering, controlling it, and I thought I could table talk him into doing this region first.
It's still so risky though. Just table.
I know. It's
So risky.
but I felt I needed to score relics somehow. Well, yeah, you're right. Oh well, mistakes were made.
It was a great game. It really was.
I'm gonna go to my grave like every Turtle region, blaming the Dane.
I'm glad I made it to the
It's all
end,
good.
so
It's all good.
I'll take making it to the finals. I didn't have to win them, but this has been so much fun. So I'm glad I was able to do it. Thank you, everyone.
Yeah, thank you for participating. Thank you everyone for watching. This has been a great time. I had so much fun doing this. Thank you, Pablo, Eerie Idols team, just everyone. This has been such a great time. Such a privilege to be able to host this event for everyone and, show off this awesome game. So, round of applause all around to everyone who was involved here.
Well done.
Are you gonna sing
Yes,
my way?
congrats. Congrats. Wait, you know what's crazy? I lost 2 games, and they were both to Munch.
Oh, the rivalry begins.
It's always better to lose to the ultimate winner, right?
That feels really good though, a little bit. I'm glad that you.
Yeah, the only person who could beat you was the champion.
Right. I'm just so powerful.
I gotta say, Lord of the Board, you did better than I thought you were going to.
Oh, thank you.
I was like, we're just throwing this guy in here. He hasn't played the game in like 2 years, and you got to the finals. I think you should be very proud of yourself.
Thank you so much. I appreciate it. I had a lot of fun. Definitely want to get better at it, so I'll have to try to play more when I finish this move and everything. But I definitely am really enjoying it. So
Hit me up. We can train together so that both of us can one day beat Mr. Munch.
that sounds great.
Because Mr. Munch always beats me too. All right, folks. Well, we're going to wrap the stream up for now. VOD will be up on YouTube soon. And yeah, hoping to play some more casual games. I'll probably be putting a video out kind of talking about what I want to work on next after this. But